Okay. Uh, Alright. We're on. Huh. I changed something about my mic. Don't know what. So let me know if the sound is all fucked. I think it sounds alright. I'm listening to myself back. I think it sounds alright. Just gonna play around with it a bit. I don't know what half these fucking settings do. Let's try with the compressor and the expander on. I don't know the compressor. Alright. That's that. I think that's fine. I'm just gonna leave it as is. YouTube has gone to crap. Can't watch anything without being accused of being a bot. Really? You other YouTube guys? Is that a problem? It's only 10 of you at the moment, but yeah, goddamn. Yeah, I don't. I have no idea. I don't know how to sort that out. It's fine for me. You're using like a VPN or something? I don't know if that like contributes at all, but it's just a guess. Anyway, I think the sound's fine. I'm gonna close this. I can mute myself as well. All right. I think we're about good. Except for many ones as YouTube, but you know. Actually, I should see how far I need to be from the fucking mic to talk. Like, can you still hear me if I'm this far? A bit less. But I think it's alright. Alright. Keep it about there. Okay. Anyway. How's it going, guys? How you been? You can still be heard? Nice, nice. Hello, first to arrive, off Pienzo. How's it going? Leon Martin. Hi, Weird. Will you be getting your Expedition 33 thoughts this stream? Could not find it in the last one. Yeah, true. totally forgot about that. Yeah, we will. Great game to start off with that. But yeah, we'll talk about that. Maybe we are bots and this is a simulation. True. Hello, Edel. Right. What's Twitch got to say? Hello, Mr. Weird, dude. Why? How's it going, Tom? Yo. Voidsite, hey, how's it going? Draco? A bit underwater, what does that mean? It sounds a little funky. It does sound funky. Is he muted? Shit. Sounds good. It sounds fine to me, but I don't know. Let me. How do I sound? Yeah, I don't know. Is my like letters cutting off at any point? I think it's good. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. Hey, Widwood, how do you do? Missed 2 previous streams. Oh yeah. Just to say that I liked the update. Oh. It feels transitional, in my opinion. Yeah. Love the gender bender scene. You delivered with those ones. Was fucking hot. Also, the new Christie sprite is fire. She's such a baddie. Oh yeah. Christie's looking a bit better. Yeah, her sprite anyway. I'm fairly happy with how it turned out. Actually, it took me a few tries with Christie because I did an initial one and I wasn't too happy with how that one went. But yeah, I mean it was fine. It was fine. Never mind, he isn't muted. I had Twitch muted. Oh, there you go. Even when I do sign in, it slowly starts using up a ton of memory and eventually starts freezing up. That's very weird. I don't know why it would be doing that. Missed last stream. Happy to make this one though. Yeah, good to have you. Morning, Elmer. Finally awake early enough to catch a stream. What time is it for you, Elmer? Sad week for adult games. Steam purged a lot of content because of the card providers. Yeah, I heard. So yeah, I was telling you guys last. I don't know. Was it last week or was it the week before? Yeah, that yeah, I do get worried about these fucking card providers. I do. I do get worried that eventually Patreon's not going to allow any NSFW at all. That is a bit of concern. I'd like to think that, you know, as long as you're relatively clean, you'll be alright, but it's hard to say. Hard to say. Actually, let's change this. But yeah, that sucks. That sucks for a lot of those devs. I think it's mainly like the incest ones, right? Those are the ones that got sliced. And non-consent ones and so on. I don't think it was all of them, but yeah, a lot of the more risque ones, I think. But yeah, it's kind of crazy that the card companies can just decide that your game's going to get fucked. That's pretty out there, pretty nutty. I'm just fixing some shit. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. I got around to finishing the update last night, and I thought you did a really good job. Can't wait for the next update. Oh, thanks, King of Vidmaps. Appreciate that. Not sure I can trust you with this tier list, weird. You're like the boy who cried wolf. I don't know about that one, Leon. I think I'm generally pretty honest with you guys, alright? I think I'm generally pretty honest. I also love the nostalgia feeling from the update, seeing old characters, old music, the university, etc. Yeah. I think it's a good call to have a lot of the older tracks done again. I think that was a good call. It's good. Can you show us art that you cut out and didn't put in the game? I don't know. I'm sure I've got it somewhere, but I don't like keep a specific record of it. It's just like I've got a bunch of files with different arts for updates, and I just have to flick through that, maybe find something. But I mean, it's possible. I don't know if I'm gonna. I think it was just reverb. Yeah. It's good. Yeah. Yeah, the 0.999 was very honest, sir. Hey, man, that's what it is. That's the percentage of the game that's left. All right. My brothers, good evening, everyone. Zorax, how's it going? A tier list for power is something I never thought I'd see. What happened to being more cryptic when the Great Sphinx with her riddle, with her dumb riddles? I don't think it really matters. I'm not going to be talking about. I suppose I should explain it a little bit. I'm not going to be talking about like the character. Like I'm going to have like, pictures of characters as representations of their powers because it's easier. But I'm going to be talking about the powers as if they were wielded by the average Joe, like just a regular dude. So it's not really going to spoil the game because a lot of the people who use their own powers aren't the average fucking Joe. So, you know. The Christie scenes were incredible. You cooked? Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how the Christie scenes turned out. Yeah. Yeah. The threesome was pretty good. I think the anal scene was pretty good as well. A nice little choice there for those who don't like the gender bender. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I'm pretty happy. Yeah, Wildwood, missed the last stream due to work, so I missed out on using my points on the law drop, even though I'm the one who suggested it. Damn. Well, I think everyone got refunded anyway because I kind of fucked the I fucked the thing. But yeah. Next time. When are we going to have a chest tier list? Do we not already have a boob tier list? I feel like we've already done that, right? Or have we not? I honestly don't know. I'm pretty sure we did. Christy does look hella good now. Love her design. Thought I've never thought anything in this game looks bad. Though I never thought anything in the game looks bad. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with her design. I'm fairly happy. It's 8 a.m. for me. My sleep schedule is absolutely fucked. Now, a lot got caught in the crossfire, really. What kind of games? I didn't think any of like the it's not really safe for work, but the safer games. I thought a lot of them didn't get targeted. I could be wrong. That's what I heard. Yeah. Let's get into fucking hay fever season. I would haven't been able to be on your last streams, but I'll try to be on this one for a while. Love the update, especially with the father bonding moments. Well, thanks, Juan. Appreciate you joining in. Yeah. I did the vote on the last update. Everyone seemed like pretty happy with it. Like I think the most common score was an 8, but we had some 9s and 10s in there as well. Had a few 7s, but I think it was only like 5% or so. Like 2% for lower than that. But yeah, everyone. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I should say everyone. A lot of people seemed mostly satisfied, and I got some good feedback as well on the poll as well. I think a lot of people gave some pretty good feedback about things they liked and didn't like. I'm probably going to be holding a few more polls in the coming weeks because there are some things I'm curious about. It's very hard to, when you're the author, it's very hard to gauge certain things. because like you know everything that's gonna happen. You know a lot of shit, and then there's your own personal biases as well. It's a little bit hard to gauge some things. So, oh, we'll be holding a couple more polls. I think probably another one in a few days. But yeah, yeah. Last update reception was generally pretty good. Is this real? Is what real? Christy is the best romance option. Too many people have an issue with her. If you have an issue with Christy, I think because she's very, I suppose, forward, obtrusive, in your face a little bit. A lot of people can get like mad at the people who are in your face. But yeah, that's just the character. Power tier list, my friends. We've gone from a boy with tentacles to men capable of destroying reality in space. Things have escalated a lot, and it was done perfectly. I don't know about perfectly, but I appreciate that. But yeah, the family-friendly ones did get the most damage. You mean didn't get the most damage? Is that what you mean? Because I heard the total opposite. Visa and Mastercard need a knee on the neck. Yeah, yeah. It seems pretty fucked up that they can like exert so much control over this shit. But then I think nobody really cares because the adult industry is kind of small. Well, I say that, but porn's actually huge. But you know, the adult gaming industry is kind of small. So I kind of think like nobody really cares. But you know, outside of us. Some Australian group was cheering for the payment processor ban. They were called Collective Shout. Australia's fucked on games. They're fucking retarded. I mean, they had fucking Mortal Kombat banned for like 10 years or some shit. Australia's fucked. They reversed it. Like they've lightened their restrictions in Australia, but it's fucked up. There's still this. Yeah. That feminist group, or are they the other one? Oh, is it a feminist group? I've never heard of it. By the way, Weirdwood, are you aware of the arbiter's theory in Discord? No. Relay it to me, Dom. Relay it to me. Superpower tier list, not a powerful tier list. Gotcha. Yeah, I probably should have. I should put that in the title. Superpower tier list. Maybe that on YouTube as well. Make it a little bit more clear. Just so people don't misunderstand. Oh, I misspelled superpower. It's fucking retarded. But Jared S tier, obviously. Obviously. Jesus Christ. I think they're feminists. It's one of those campaigning against objectification of women types. I objectify women with literally everything I do. So, you know, might be them then. I recently read that they complained to companies to look into Steam and other platforms. Yeah, that's annoying to hear. Fucking Australians. They tried to get Annie, the Grok virtual GF banned as well. Oh, I did see that. That looks funny as fuck. But here it's like ridiculously expensive, like crazy expensive. I'm not paying for that shit. I ain't got that kind of money. Hello, weird man of the world. Fallout. Have you been? By the way, will the ranking be based purely off combat applications or also applications outside of combat, like using it in everyday stuff? I thought about that. I'm probably going to do everyday. It's going to be mainly combat, but I'll take everyday stuff in consideration. Like if you've got no combat and like virtually no everyday application, then you're going to get fucked in ranking. But I'm going to do mainly like how good you are in the fight, you know? No, I mean they did get the most damage, since some of them were too blatant with their names. But a vampire gang got removed for being too brutal, according to the dev. Really? Shit. I might have to remove. Am I going to have to remove all the sex from Superhuman before I put it on Steam? Might have to do that. What a pain in the fucking ass. Like I can just have it like with the nudity, you know. I could do that, but I feel like you're missing out on a good amount of the experience. I might like cut like some of the racier scenes, I guess. Like old Snow White's probably getting cut. Well, she's probably getting cut either way, to be honest. Yeah, old Centaur. I don't know if Centaur's alright to stay. Maybe he is. I don't know. Yeah. This is NTR. We're just gonna get a whole fucking load of changes anyway. Yeah. A lot of shit might need to be cut. I don't know. Maybe all the sex needs to be cut. I don't know. But yeah, I do feel like you're missing out on a bit of the experience. Keep the horse. The horse is dead, mate. The horse is dead. Well, I mean, the horse will appear again as like a regular monster. I mean, I already went through the trouble of fucking designing the thing. So he'll probably show up in some form later on. But yeah, you ain't fucking having sex with it. Was the MC's power in any way inspired by Alex Mercer / James Heller from Prototype 1/2 because they're pretty similar? Yes. Oh, I think I've talked about that a few times. Yeah. Yes, this has been mentioned a few times. Oh yeah, many ones got it. What was the name of the vampire one? Might try to find it. Yeah, well, what was that one called? I do like vampire games. We really should have a sign that says inspired by Alex Mercer's powers. Yeah, true. Hello, Weird World. How are you doing today? And nominate. I'm doing good. How are you? Could just add a blur option or something. It's not like there aren't sex games on Steam. Yeah, there are. But it's like Draco was saying, a lot of them got fucked recently. So, who knows? I found your game some years ago from a friend, and now it escalated to me and my friends arguing over your lore in VC. Oh, it's good to hear, mate. Glad that you enjoyed it enough to argue about it. I do appreciate that. A general idea of what the arbiters are in Discord goes something like this, copied from pinned message and spoiler. Why is a theory pinned and spoiler? Arbiter theory hinted throughout the game. It is assumed that every combination of apostle yields a higher corresponding arbiter. These are authority plus power, order, memory, blah 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 blah. Oh, yeah, I was aware of that theory. Guys, stop asking questions. I want to see the tier list. No. There ain't no tier list today, man. That's for next week, alright? Even though I've got it in the title. If we had one, we would get those sweet channel points. What does that mean? Unless you're into female vampire games, I'm not sure if you'll like it. But the name is Sinful Vampires. I don't know. Female vampire. I don't mind a female protagonist game, depending on how it is. I don't mind that. Because of the IMC saying that the MC is the most ideal host so far, and MC is an almost even split of memory and body, we assume IMC to be the arbiter of evolution, the combination of both. Deus is maybe infinity, Henry is assumed to be paradox due to the powers he's exhibited so far, as well as described by IMC as a god ascendant yet unborn. Woodward, is my boy MC really rocking some lame leather shoes? Yes. He's got the business shoes. Trust me, he's gonna get those eventually. Yeah, just remove the sex. We don't care about that. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Come on, Tom. Maybe I could remove all the sex apart from like the romance sex. I think that'll probably be fine. But it's a lot of effort. It's a lot of fucking pain in the ass. Then whenever I upload the fucking game, I'll have to like do it again. It sounds like fucking pain. Yeah, I don't know. Real gamers want lore, not sex. True. Not if it's true. Woodworld, quotations maybe. That's a lot of my quotes here. I think most of us will accept Superhuman without porn. Yeah, I think people will accept it. But I feel like for the new players, there'll be something missed there. There'll be something missed. Also, R.I.P. Cole. Bro suffered twink death. Well, we'll see what happens to Cole. We'll see what happens to old Cole. I almost forgot. People have been discussing and talking weird. At this point, is the MC an idiot, or does he know, based on the information he has attained, what is happening? What do you mean, what's happening? What's happening with what? Just a shitty period we're going through. It's crazy these card providers have so much power. Yeah. I think a lot of people talk about how much power they have. It is pretty crazy. Just that no one cares enough to stop them. That's all. I wouldn't even know how you would. You'd have to get the government to do it. Need a meme on weird, maybe, if only we had artists in the chat. Hey, weird. How do you plan the course of your story? That is, with such a tight schedule each update, you kind of deliver a lot with each update. Usually they get a good amount done in terms of like, word count and all that. Well, I have most of the story written out beforehand, so I'm kind of like following a script, sort of. Like I make a lot of changes just because things update as I think of new things. But one thing that helps is having like a baseline script where I know pretty much where the story's going. So I can kind of like travel the direction in that direction, So that makes it a bit easier. Other than that, I usually schedule out 7 days because updates are usually 7 days, and some days are longer than others. I don't know how. A few people said the update felt short, but I actually think it's one of the longer ones. I'm not sure because I didn't count the words, but I'm pretty sure it's one of the longer ones. It's hard for me to tell, but generally we'll schedule out 7 days. Then I just fill each day in as I can. So the plan is you get the 7 days scheduled out. I try to do at least one day, like do the writing for each day in one day, and the drawing for each day in one day. But that's not counting like the super days, like with the big fights and all that. So we get the writing in one day, the drawing in one day. So that's what is that? That's 14 days, right? Because 7 days in each update. So that's 14 days killed. Then all the side routes, they each take 1 day as well. And for 1 day for writing, 1 day for drawing. There's, I don't know how many side routes. Sometimes I've got like, usually between 5 and 12 side routes. So that can take like 24 days, like 15 to 20 something days. So yeah, that's about a month and a bit to go on. And then the sex scenes, they take longer. So you have to write the sex scenes, which takes about a day. You draw the sex scenes, which takes maybe longer than a day, depending. Sex scenes are a bit finicky. So they can range for days. In terms of days. So that's a bunch of shit gone. That's another about half a month gone, I'd say. And then there's the big fight scenes, which takes a fucking 1,000 years. So it's about 2 months updates plus an extra 1,000 years or so for the fight. That's how I do it. Almost what people have been discussing and talking. Weird at this point is Wait, I already read that. It felt short because it was packed. Yeah, maybe. I mean, it could legitimately be shorter. I don't know. I didn't count. But I feel like it was longer. It was one of the long ones I've done. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, it could be what you said. Weird. Have you think if Superhuman goes well, making another game? If the answer is yes, would be another VN or maybe an RPG? It's going to be another VN. And yeah, I've got a fuckload of games planned. We've got like a vampire game. We've got like a necromancer game. We've got a space like Mass Effect type game. We got a ton of fucking shit. We got a ton of fucking shit. Ready to go. Oh, I really want to make that space game because I've been into sci-fi recently. Usually, my mood for what I want to make is dependent on like what kind of media I'm watching or stuff like that. And right now, I'm into fucking sci-fi. I want to make a sci-fi shit so bad. But so many fucking ideas. I want to have like the armored core like Gundam like type mechs. We want that. We want like the full space battleships. Like fucking your own like cruiser ship. Well, we want like the fucking psychic powers, like the mind spiz and all that bullshit. Like what's it like psychics from Warhammer? We want that shit. We want the fucking eldritch monsters out in the back of the cosmos. Yeah, I've got some great fucking ideas for the space game. Goddamn. But that'll be in a bit. So yeah, we've got a lot of time before any of that happens. Hey, Lux the Fox. He said in a couple of other games planned, mainly a Vampire one. True. About the Apostles, the Arbiters, Ella's ritual, the descent of the Apostles, and the coming of the Chosen Ones to Earth. He seems more lost than I am in math class. You mean, does he know about all that? He knows a lot of that. He doesn't really talk about it because, well, I mean, who's he going to talk about it with? But yeah, it's really nice to know we would have such a good dev making more than one indie masterpiece. Ah, I appreciate that. That's kind words. And yeah, we'll be getting more along the lines. Yeah, we just gotta focus on Superhuman for now. The whole situation is kind of funny to me. It was a step closer to bestiality, which means it's a step closer to shadow love scenes that Cypher wanted. I mean, I guess. I hope you don't have to cut the sex scenes, but I'd still follow the development if they got cut. Well, it's not like a cut from the Patreon. The Patreon's got. Well, unless the payment processors start saying no NSFW on Patreon, then I'd have to. Then I'd have to cut. Probably. Well, maybe. Like there's a certain level that I might have to like move the subscribe star. But I don't know if I'd make enough to like work on the game full time if I was doing that. So we'll see. Strike his name from the record. He is no longer one of us. Woodward, really not gonna comment on the law theories. Wait, no. Obviously. Since there's some decent time until Superhuman goes to Steam, I would just say to wait and see for most part. Yeah, that's basically the plan. That's basically the plan. Woodward, could you tell us if triplets and beyond exist in the Superhuman universe, or is it only twins? Or do they exist? I mean, about as common as it exists in our world, sure. It even get quadruplets. Just keep it all. It's not like Steam is the only place that sells adult games if they get rid of it. Yeah, but I'm talking about specifically for releasing it on Steam. Well, either far off that he can't read them without laughing, or hit the bullseye that he doesn't want to confirm it to us and ruin the surprise. Yeah, we'll see, won't we? Have you thought of selling on GOG instead? I'll probably do both. I don't see why I wouldn't do both. Hollis, Ozboy, and Dear Brothers and Sister. What does Hollis mean? Is that like a hello? Hi, Woodward. What's the stream about today? Today we're doing a Superpower tier list. We're going to be ranking some of the superpowers we got in Superhuman. Woodward is Eiichiro Oda of Porn Games. I don't know about that. Justice for Berserk Horse. Ugh. How many horses would a horse even need? I don't know. 4? Do you do the artworks yourself or do you hire someone? I do it myself. Hiring someone costs too much fucking money. So is this list your favorite powers or how strong they are or how creative they are? It'll generally be how good they are in battle if used by the average Joe. That's how we got it planned out. If the average guy got this power, how good would they be in battle? Maybe you could do official patch in case Steam don't allow the content. Yeah, that's probably what's going to happen. Space game. I've always preferred primitive and supernatural themes. Beat being you, I'm sure to be a work of art. Yeah, just it's a wild way, but we'll see. Oh, and the space game will be like fully supernatural as well. FMC is such a whore, lol. This is why I love gender bender scenes. Yeah, I know. It's funny. MC is also a hoe. True. Male MC is also a hoe, so that would make sense. No wonder the Battle of Diamonds update took so long. Yeah, true. That one did take a few thousand years, didn't it? Yeah, that makes sense. That was a long fucking... Jesus, just thinking about me thinking 1.0 is going to fucking kill me. Yeah. Fuck me. Anyway. Will Superhuman 2 pick up after the first game? Who says there is going to be a Superhuman 2, mate? Alright? No, you don't know. MC is best girl? Yeah. Why is this so prevalent in gaming? What is female MC? I don't know if that's particularly prevalent. There isn't a Superhuman 2, buddy. See, cry on this. What media were you into before making Superhuman then? I don't know. What was I? I can't remember. I think it was just the mood I was in. Maybe My Hero Academia. I think that was coming out around that time. Back when it was still like in its prime, you know? Maybe. I can't remember. But yeah, maybe. I can dream, sir. Yeah. Well, it could happen. Could happen. It's the dominated meme that was running back a few years ago. Yeah, but FMC is extremely hot too. Could you tell us if you would be willing to tell us what a vessel with an ideal compatibility with the eye would look like outside of the law drop? Or did I screw that up by suggesting it for a law drop? What do you mean? What it would look like? You just have 50-50. Yeah. It's not a super complicated concept. Yep, it means high. Ah, nice. Is that like in a different language or just like a bit of your own verbiage? FMC can rival Alice body wise. Yeah, she's pretty close. And she can go bigger if she wants. I'm so excited for this tier list. I wonder how MC's power will be placed against Ella's. That's a good question, isn't it? Probably a mix of Berserk and My Hero Academia. I mean, yeah, there's obviously Berserk, but I read Berserk a long time before. Did someone say tier list? Someone didn't say tier list. Yes. Woodward, do you still plan on releasing the Steam release this year? If so, I'd recommend putting Superhuman on Steam pretty soon to build up wish lists. It depends when 1.0 comes out. It could be this year. It could be early next year. How far could MC throw a car in his base form before and after Monster World? I don't know if I can know. Before, you could probably toss it across the street. I don't see why I wouldn't be able to do that. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to remember how physically strong MC was. No, in base form, like no increasing musculature. Yeah, he could probably toss it pretty far. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. He's got at least a few hundred meters in him. As for him coming back, I think he could throw it quite far in his current self. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to give you numbers. I don't like giving numbers for stuff like this. You can interpret based on the game. You know, MC comes off as a brute idiot sometimes, but then I remember his memory powers, and I think to myself, that bro has the potential to be one of the smartest mofos on Earth. Yeah, but his memory powers don't really work with intelligence. Not in the way that you're probably thinking. Like he stores it more like you'd store something in your computer, like saving a file and sticking it in your hard drive, rather than actually knowing every single thing that he gets the memory of. Can MC's regen/immune system adapt, like the IRL guy who injected snake venom until he became resistant? Yeah. Is MC's pattern matter production stronger than normal matter? For example, the steel he produced from his limb, is that stronger than normal steel? Yes. That's basically all superpowers, though. Like fire. Well, fire is kind of subjective because it keeps going. It can up the heat, but Daryl's guns shoot better and faster than normal guns. That's lightning fires faster and stronger than normal lightning. Same for Clark's light, or the various other bullshit. Lexi's iron. It's all like enhanced by the the superpower energy. Hello, I have a game in 30 minutes, but can hang out until then. Oh, what kind of you got a tabletop game, Dom? Is that what we're talking about? Wait, do you think MC is overpowered? In a sense. I mean, but most people in Superhuman are overpowered, though, in their own way. I think their powers are all pretty far-reaching. So is the MC overpowered? Yeah, he's kind of overpowered. But so is everyone else. So it doesn't really, it doesn't really matter. How did you come up with the idea for Superhuman? I don't know. I can't remember, honestly. Yeah, I have no idea. I took inspiration from various things, but I can't remember how I came up with the actual concept. I think it's something that just built up over time. It wasn't like an epiphany type moment. It's just something that built up over time. I think that's most of my shit. Looking forward to seeing where Demi falls. I assume like easy S plus, triple S tier. Yeah, we'll see, mate. We'll see. By the way, I just wanted to say that that I loved how during the fight against Father Urine, if you didn't told him about your how your clones worked, he would get hit by a clone attack further in the combat. But if you told him, he would dodge it. True. That's what you get for being a fucking idiot. If you told him. Yep. Wait. So the ideal composition with the eye would be MC without the 1% impurities? Maybe. The eye is racist? What the fuck? True. You have to be pure. Maybe. Now that I think about it, does MC have memory? Make him have a really good memory? Does he still forget cache of stuff like the average person? He does, but he can, if he wanted to, he could like use it to like how do I explain it? It's like having like I suppose it's kind of like having like the library in your back pocket. Like he could remember if he tried to and he used his powers, but he does forget like a normal person. Tyler has a terrible memory. Good day, Widward. Good day, zombie. In one of your streams, you mentioned there being other pathways to power apart from superhumans. So can someone that gain power from other pathways still become superhuman? Yep. Racism is the core theme of Superhuman. True. Widward, were you shocked when your game started to blow up? Not really, because it never really blew up. It just like steadily grew, I think. So I kind of like, my expectations were adjusted fairly well early on. And as it grew, it kind of just like, just steady upward incline, Yeah, but I try not to get too invested in the things I create. Because you can never know. Even if you are good, you never know what you're going to do to succeed. Maybe you don't get the eyes. Maybe it's just not something that catches on at the right time. You don't have the right hook. So I try not to take it personally when things don't succeed. That said, yeah, I was pretty happy with it. I was happy with it. And I wasn't particularly surprised that it did. Why doesn't MC just copy Xanth's brain? He can't. He doesn't have the ability. Have you ever had fan interactions? What you mean outside of outside chat? No, no. And to be honest, I'd prefer it that way. He needs to consume him for it. That would be something. I'm not necessarily certain that would work. How do you make your drawings so good? Various different methods. I have a lot of different ways that I draw. MC before the Monster World has 500 plus. Post Monster World, he has over 800. Oh, you mean power? Internal power, yeah. More like 1,000? Yeah, it depends. It varies based on what you do. True. That's still bullshit. Can't a man gloat without consequences? No. No. You can gloat afterwards after you've already fucking won. I think the lowest you can have is 800. Not sure the highest. That's probably about right. Yeah, tabletop game. It's the one where Demi's living marionette thing with fate/chance powers. After this update, those first spawns are racist against the third and fourth cousins. Thanks for being an awesome dev and writer. You're a big inspiration for me. Oh, thanks, Kiki. Appreciate that. Looking forward to what you make. You play Warframe at all, Weird World? And if so, did you see the new ones coming out, Uriel? I don't play Warframe, but I have seen the Warframes, and they are fucking cool looking. I take some inspiration from them, actually, their designs. Good midset to have, mindset to have, honestly. If I make a story, I will say Weird World was my sensei lol. Yeah, I've been meaning to release a YouTube video talking about things like motivation and like getting started and stuff like in like these creative endeavors. The mindset you should probably have if you want to like survive, because it is tough. Like seeing something that you worked on like really hard, like just and not get the traction you wanted. That's tough. But there's a certain mindset that at least I think you can have that kind of just makes it like it's not as hard on you, you know. Interesting weird. If MC consumes a body, he can literally become it. Does that mean Xanth is special? Maybe. Maybe. I mean, arguably, couldn't MC copy someone with photographic memory gene? He could. Doesn't necessarily mean it'll work for him though. After this, oh, I already read that. On a big quest to resurrect the monster that made me. They have a hard time on enslaving them. Lol. Could the MC take on a level 4 Cole when he first evolved if he had the power he has now? Then? I don't know. Maybe. Could you tell us if there are more paths to fate than we see in the game? Or are all the dead ends also all the possible paths fate could have gone? All the dead ends do count as fate. If MC ate Xanth's brain, he would be trapped in a lecture session for all eternity. True. Warframe? Yeah. Yeah. I do feel like I should play it, because a lot of the designs are really cool. But, you know. Widward, who's your favourite male character in game? Male character? I don't know. Michael's pretty cool. MC's pretty cool. Fan of both. Alright, let's get the fucking tier list before we run out of time. I don't know how long I'm streaming today. I said it every time. But, tier list maker. Create a new tier list. Single use template. And I'm going to upload some files. Tier list. Here we go. There we go. Alright. That's a lot of characters. Let's... show the tier list. All right. Let's go. Wolfram also has tasty music. I thought it was Valravan, weird one. Oh, does Valravan count? I mean, he's a bird, but I suppose that kind of counts. MC's power is S or SS? Maybe. New Wolfram is literally just a demon. Have you played 8.0 Eternum? Is that like a new update or like a recent one, or is that like an old one? I think I'm up to date with Eternum. I'm not sure. Woodward, do you personally like the story more when a MC is a hero or kind of evil? I'll usually play the kind of evil path. So I do appreciate that. I don't like it when they're like too much of a goody two shoes. Do you use the Brimpipe? I do. Is the tier list potential power or actual power? I suppose it'd be potential power. I suppose it'd be how useful the power would be if the average Joe got it. So it won't be like how powerful is a Glaikwith's power as a Glaikwith. It'd be how powerful is a Glaikwith's power if you, the average guy, got that power. So that's how it'd be. By the way, we still need to get we were an RTX 590. Yeah, it'll happen eventually. Gotta pay my fucking taxes. Man, taxes are killing me. Fucking taxes. Because I got a fuckload of student debt. That's the problem. Yeah, they're fucking killing me. I'm running out of money. But are there more possible paths to Fate than we can see in game? Or is everything in the game also everything Fate has to offer? I mean, there's like small variations, but you get the main gist of it. You get the main gist of it. Gonna take an hour to get the list set up, lol. I mean, it didn't take that long. Come on. I mean, unless you count all the talking we did. In which case, yeah, it's been about an hour. Most people would put Angelina's power at a lower tier, but knowing Widward he's putting it at S, well, we'll see, won't we? As the tier list goes on, everybody gets an S tier because it's objective upgrade to normal humans. True. Bomberglay first, let's go. Could you tell us if you could get a pure body spawn from memory infecting someone? If a human had no compatibility with memory, but perfect compatibility with body, and was infected by memory, what would happen? They wouldn't be pure, no. Does Angelina's milk work on herself? Maybe. If you don't explain everything you say, you could probably finish this in like 20 minutes with sincere thought. Yeah, we'll see about that. We'll see about that. Like with this S, obviously, and look, I don't even know what this woman really does. True, no one does. And I'm not going to explain it. Can you tell us the reason Shadow got sick is because she gave away the finger? Would she be fine if she kept it? Maybe. Or maybe she would have gotten worse faster. Would already explain that. You would still get memory, but be weaker with it. Did I explain that? I might have. I don't know. Alright, anyway. Let's what are we doing for the titles? Do we just rank it like this? Just the old S? Do we need like an SS? Do we actually? We'll give it a row above. Row above. Oops. Actually, black looks fucking weird. I think that's fine. Or do I need like word titles that actually explain what I actually mean? You guys type too much, let the man work. Yeah. Weird World. Could you tell us if a Glaikwith was just the first chosen of fantasy or the first chosen in general? Who knows? Assume leave it as is and make changes as necessary, unless you want to define what each tier means explicitly, not relatively. Yeah, I know. add an F tier and an E tier. I don't know about that. I agree. I think word titles would be nice. Otherwise, what's the difference between SS and SSS? Word titles are always fun. All right, let's do some word titles. Basically, useless. Actually, are there any? Why is Tess here? Okay. Alright, mediocre. Give me some names. What can we name? Decent. Pretty good. Pretty fucking good. Really good. Really fucking good. Goku wins. Godlike. Test secretly superhuman exposed. True. True. Super fucking good. Oh yeah, true. You also have Dexter in there? No. Not worth using at all. Widward, could you tell us which chosen is favored most by the apostle? What about which apostle is worshipped most by their chosen? The power is worshipped a lot. I won't go beyond that. Wait, so would we count Aglake with fantasy powers and her monster magic, or just fantasy? We're going to count her monster magic. Really fucking super good. True. Wait. What did you say? Really fucking super good. Kind of retarded, but that's fine. Would the average Joe know how to use said powers, or is it just based on how well they would use it? How well? The monster magic seems like it could be pretty potent. It seems like it, but is it? Who knows? Should have stayed human at the bottom tier. True. This is basically whose power is easiest to use tier list. Kind of. But like the upper limits will be taken into consideration. Could you tell us how Truth would have felt about Isheth trying to prevent the MC from connecting to him? He largely wouldn't care, I'd imagine. Hey, Woodward, it was my birthday recently. I'm gonna need an Alice Full Nielsen scene next update as a present. Yeah, we'll see about that, mate. We'll see about that. Alright, let's get started. Alright, first up. So like I said, this will be how the average Joe will use all these powers, will be able to use all these powers. Assuming they had a reasonable amount of time to learn. Not they just get it for like, as in randomly get it one day. They have a good amount of time to learn. So, Aglaquid. How good is Aglaquid's powers? Just base powers. How's she doing? She has her monster magic. It's not really fantasy, so it doesn't really count. That's Draco means. Yeah, it kind of counts because it's kind of related, but not really. Like she wouldn't be able to do it. Well, she might be able to do it a little bit without fantasy. She wouldn't be able to do it as well without fantasy. So she's got her monster magic, and then there's just the fantasy itself. If a normal human got this, he'd be really fucking super good. Aglaquid's powers are fucking broken. They're fucking stupid. I'm not going to talk too much about it, but her powers are fucking stupid. Even if you're a regular average Joe, you're pretty fucking good. You're pretty fucking sorted. So, not going to talk much more about it than that. But yeah, Aglaquid will be our first to be rated and first to go in the really fucking super good one. So, There we go. What's this? Could Michael have evolved more quickly if Legong had infected him? Not necessarily. Evolving, like, if you have high compatibility or some shit, it doesn't like mean you're gonna evolve faster. Like, you could be like super, have a like high amount of potential, high amount of compatibility, and you evolve like slower than everyone else. Like Alice, kind of. Alice didn't evolve like super slow, but she wasn't super fast either. She probably had the most potential out of everyone. So yeah, even not counting her monster magic, she's up there. Like, basically useless if you're a male. I don't know about that. How good would an average human be with his power at third evo with a year of training? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, fantasy represent. I would say pretty good or slightly higher. By the way, Weird World, we can't see the top tier. Oh yeah. Let's shrink my face a bit. You don't need to see me. Actually, I could just leave them down here. There you go. Like hidden OP? Well, we'll see. You lie? Maybe I lie. It is fantasy after all. The shock hip is not there, is he not? Damn. Could you tell us if other superhumans would speedrun their evolution like Henry did if they accidentally complete their evolution? 5 requirements? Or was Henry just the best or worst, depending on how you look at it? He's just better than everyone. Since the Glyph has had eons to master it versus average person. Yeah. It doesn't it? I don't even know if the Glyph needs to master it, but, well, maybe she does. We'll see. Anyway, Lexi. Old Alexis. Her power is, if given to a regular human, well, this is a kind of tough one. She probably would have been better off staying human. If you're a regular guy. Because the power might fuck you up a lot. And it's not particularly good in combat. Lexi is good with it because Lexi is good. But a regular person probably isn't going to be using her powers the way she does. She's... And they also kind of like a regular person might accidentally die from the power. Depending on how far they go with it. They might accidentally kill themselves. It's like a Cole situation, except without Xanth helping her out. So, yeah, an average Joe, yeah, she'd probably be better off staying human, actually. Mostly referring to her monster magic. True. Lexi seems pretty fucking good. No crazy hacks or anything, but decently strong and kind of versatile. It is when she uses it. Yeah, but because of her iron shit, when it explodes out of her body, getting stabbed constantly would fucking suck. For most people. Really? Damn. That was way off. I think a lot of people are going to be way off for a lot of these. But that's alright. Because you're going to see them in game anyway. Alexis, actually extremely cool and skilled. She is pretty cool in terms of she's, very emotionally regulated. But yeah, she is pretty skilled. Yeah, she's one of the more skilled lieutenants out there. Yeah, Lexi supposedly suffered a lot from her powers. It's one of the reasons she's pissed off about everything. Well, not pissed off, but very apathetic about most things. Overcoming adversity to get mobbed by a 4th Evo with Clark's help. Damn ad. That's tough. That's tough. Weird, no worries if you don't want to do this stream, but exposition 33 thoughts whenever. I'm sure it'll happen this stream. I'm sure it'll happen after the tier list, right? So the next update will MC evolves to level 4 in any fight similar to like against Klaus or Monster Terror. Maybe. You never say never. Glyph is really good, so it won't be triple S because it's basically didn't see anything from her. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Well, now I'm excited to see Aglae's powers in action in the future. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if she ever shows up on the fucking battlefield, I mean, maybe the game will finish before you ever see it. So there's that. Aizen Sosuke, yeah. Are natural level 5 stronger than artificial level 5s? Not inherently. Damn, lots of downsides. Damn harsh. Alexis would be pretty fucking good, resilient, strong, and good at basically everything. She is good at most things. Yeah, most things she tries at anyway. Right, Angelina. She also she also should have stayed fucking human. The whole giant tits growing thing that you can't really stop unless someone helps you out. That's a pretty rough one. I think most women would be probably pretty pissed about this power. I mean, maybe they'd be happy to have like bigger tits for a little while, but I think most people would be pretty pretty upset by this. It also has like virtually no combat uses, even as far as she's evolved, which is what, level 2, so not that high. But yeah, overall, I think most people would quit with this kind of power. Like they wouldn't get very far, and even if they did get very far, at least with Lexi, like if you're like really skilled, which I mean the average person isn't going to be really skilled, but if you're really skilled, like there's a high ceiling cap for Lexi. For Angelina, it's a rough life out there. it's a rough life out there. What would happen if a guy got Angelina's powers? He'd turn into a chick. He could be a lot of things. Maybe he'd have like male breast milk. Like I think that's a thing, right? Like that's a disease that some people have, or not a disease, a disorder. Bigger testicles. Yeah. Fair. It'd suck having her power. She will fire pressurized milk at the enemies. Yeah, and blow up the sun with it. Alexis should maybe be one step above Angelina. Nah, she's about the same. She's probably worse, right? Because Lexi, if I had to choose, I'd choose Angelina's power. Because if I chose Lexi, there's like 50% chance I die. Like I get a sword through my brain. And maybe I like by that evolution I've evolved like long enough to survive that. But also maybe not. So, you know. I'd rather have steel come out of my chest than milk. Yeah, but would you rather milk in your brain or fucking steel? Could you tell us how a spawn can become stronger than a chosen and become something that is no longer considered a spawn when the requirements to become a chosen? Why would you ask that question? Why would I tell you that? Computer, how much iron is in breast milk? True. That's a good question. Males can get shit flowing from their tits. Yeah, it's pretty disgusting. Well, that's life as Angelina's power. All right, that's you. That's you when you get her power. 0.2 mg per liter. That's a decent amount. If Angelina gets the ability to alter the qualities of her milk, she could make it acidic to melt enemies or just buff people in various ways. The buffing is probably happening. The acidic things probably ain't happening. I mean, maybe. You never know. But moral of the story, being a superhuman is a curse. I mean, depends who you are, man. Imagine that on a dude, Lamel. Yeah. Could you tell us, out of all the A-rank monsters we've seen, which is the strongest? How about the weakest? All the A-rank monsters, which is the strongest? Oh, Dano, easily. Dano would be a step above almost all of them. As for the weakest, I don't know. Who'd be the weakest? Hmm. I don't know. A lot of them are kind of relative in power. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to think about them. What would a level 5 Angelina look like? Something like a Walmart shub Nicaragua milk-wise, that is. Maybe. I find it a bit strange Dano isn't considered S-Class. It takes a lot to be S-Class. S-Class is a big thing. What is Angie's power origin? Like, would her milk later on gain something like mind control properties or the like that would affect her ranking a lot? Maybe. I mean, mind control, maybe. I won't say that won't happen. She got beat by Alice. She was way more powerful than any other A-class monster we saw. Yeah, but, barely and with help. Still A-class. S is beyond. S is indeed beyond. Why is there not a tier named overpowered? I doubt you'd answer this, but are the gods defeatable in any way? Or is it just sort of a fate situation? It depends what you mean by defeatable. Yeah, should there be an overpowered? I think a lot of the powers are overpowered though. I'd have to start overpowered like around here. But yeah. Still, I guess we don't have a good baseline for S class. True, we haven't really seen a whole lot of S class. Apart from Aisha, I suppose. But she's kind of like fucking around. Alright, Bailey. Old zombie girl. Should have stayed human. We got a lot of these. Yeah, Bailey's powers are kind of fucked. They're not that good in combat. I mean, they kind of like fuck with your head a lot, so she's kind of retarded, and it's not just because she was like that as a human. So yeah, she's basically not even really a superhuman. She's kind of like a fucked like mix of dead person and superhuman, I suppose. So yeah, Bailey's her powers are kind of fucked. They don't do a lot. They're kind of defensive a little bit. Like the oil kind of like lets her survive some hits that would kill a normal person. And she can like slip through cracks and shit. So like if there's a locked door, I suppose she could slip under. She could slip under the locked door. But aside from that, they're basically useless. And also, they kind of like fuck with her head a bit because she's a fucking corpse. So the average person, you wouldn't want you wouldn't want Bailey's powers if you were the average person. She's actually probably has the worst out of everyone. Yeah, like Angelina's, they suck, but they can do shit. Like you can like power people up at least. Bailey's, I mean, yeah, Bailey's had a tough time. I think Bailey is decent. It's basically a Minyak power, but worse from what I can tell. Much, much worse, and can do basically nothing that the Minyak can. I think the Minyak have a pretty good power. Minyak power, maybe. But Bailey's is... Bailey would be pretty meh, largely because she's an oil zombie. True. Plague pressure, drop casual weight of 2 universes on you. True. So Bailey is kind of like Oscar. A lot worse than Oscar. Is this based on their infection defects as well? Because if I definitely agree. Yeah, you can't get Bailey's power without getting her defects. There's no way to do that. Bernhardt's power which should be mediocre or decent for the average person. We'll see. Average person ain't gonna plank anything. I think Bernhardt is probably just pretty good. Probably. Since she is like a zombie consisting of oil, would Bailey survive fatal wounds? Like can she bleed out actual blood and die from it? She can lose enough oil that it would be fatal. She's not going to like bleed out like a normal human though. Okay, I understand this better now. Yeah. Could you force an evolution with excess power, such as giving level 1 a milk sample with 70 power? Maybe. I'm not going to say no. Yeah. Oh, Bernhardt's X. Is that why everyone's talking about it? Bernhardt's power, if given to a normal person, it's decent. It's all right. He can if you're decent with it, you can fly around, which is pretty cool. That's pretty useful. So like in the everyday life, you can like make things like come to you a little bit. If you have it, like that requires a bit more fine control. So I don't know for like a normal person, but you could like flick them to you. So there's that. In combat, it's not that good because like you're basically just blowing wind at people, which I mean, it's all right. I mean, you can knock them over. You can push someone off the cliff. It's basically like the Force, like from Star Wars, Except you don't get the Force choke. Well, maybe. You could probably pull oxygen out of their lungs. You could probably do that. If you're good. If you're like you'd be a bit above average if you're able to do that as a person. But overall, it ain't that great. It ain't the best thing in the world. Wind decent, perhaps. Wind blade. Yeah, but like the blade's not going to cut anything because it's just fucking wind. Bernhardt's power should be mediocre or decent for the average person. Yeah, it's just decent. Average person ain't gonna plank anything. Since she's like a zombie consisting of oil. Wait, I already read that. Bernhardt is the special part of his power. True. Average person isn't special like him. So the way MC will evolve to the limit breaker stage is drowning in Angelina's breast milk. Yeah, that's probably the most likely scenario. I don't really see like another way he's going to achieve it. Does the amount of monster material needed to trigger an artificial evolution increase for higher evolutions? Maybe. Bernie is probably decent. Seems all right, but wouldn't be considered good at much of anything. Bailey said the MC could eventually be able to make a new body for her. Could MC make Bailey more powerful by doing so? Possibly. Average person, why do I still suck? Bernhardt, I am the difference maker. Yeah. Gotta head out. Was a great catching the stream again. Have a good day, everyone. See you, Elmer. Appreciate you dropping in. What's the difference then? Bernie is that special? Yeah, it's just Bernie. He's just better. All right, Danu. Danu. Right. Her powers, a little bit different to Eos and Alice. They're fairly similar. Powers, very good in combat. Regardless of if you're like as good as her or not. Very good in combat. It's not really overpowered or anything. She doesn't like have any hacks. It's pretty good. Well, yeah, it's pretty good. It's not like the best thing in the universe. You could probably, like, even at like low skill levels, you could shield yourself like with rocks. You wouldn't be like making the golem. That requires like a lot of like skill and shit. Like you wouldn't be making no golems or anything like that. But like the high impact stuff, like the explosions, that's basic shit. Like anyone would be able to do. It doesn't take a whole lot of like brain power or skill to do that shit. What else can she do? She can do most forms of gravity, like moving shit around, telekinesis. You'd be able to do telekinesis, like as an average Joe. You'd be able to do that. What else does? The wings you wouldn't get because you'd be a superhuman. So yeah, we're just going to go pretty good for Dana. She's alright. The main thing, like the best thing about her powers is probably like the golem and like the fine control. And like the average person isn't going to do that. So yeah, we'll just leave her pretty good. Bernie is that guy. I'm just waiting for the MC to start stealing powers. Who says he's ever gonna? Dano seems pretty fucking good or pretty good. Yeah, she's pretty good. Dano seems pretty fucking good or pretty good. Yeah, pretty good. It's good, but it's not like good, you know? Yeah, it's not nothing super overpowered. There's nothing like super fancy about it. There's no like hacks or anything. How does Dano differ from the pure ether trait? Is it just weaker, unpure version? No, she's decently pure. She's decently pure. Right. Briar. Old Briar. He is... Ooh. Pretty fucking good. His healing ability is higher than DMC's for one, for himself. But he can also do it to other people. He's very useful. In combat, he's alright. He's not like the best in combat. But his powers is really useful for basically any situation. Well, not any situation. Any dangerous situation. It's good to have him. You just want this guy around. Plus he's a kid, and the kids mostly have good powers. Briar seems decent to mediocre. Pretty good. Briar power seems great, at least going by his level 3 form. Healing is OP. Healing is OP. More like support. Okay, that's actually a surprise. Surprise at that. Wait, Brianna has powers? No. Scratch that. Briar, well, if we think about only combat, it sucks. But as a support, possibly in PvP. Better healing power. Well, combat. Group combat still counts as combat, for one. But also, he's also very good at healing himself. Like, he's better than the MC at healing himself. Better healing powers than the MC. How much better can he heal? Can the healing get than that? He's like in a different class from the MC. If the MC is like a C in healing, he's an A. So there you go. Briar as a healer support is really insane, but not that insane though. Briar as a support, but he still has to set up his garden and takes a while. It depends. It depends. We'll see when he actually gets a fight, if he ever does. I mean, maybe he doesn't get a fight. That's perfectly possible. Like he can heal almost all damage. Oh, you might be able to do more than that. Are we counting the shit Briar got from being a kid as superhuman in the list? No, but the fact that he is a kid, it makes his power the way it is. Do the powers in the hypothetical evolve just like the characters, or could they branch off depending on the average Joe's adventures? No, it'll be happen exactly like the characters. Well, not exactly, but you know, generally. Briar's powers is very good. Get a job as a doctor and make easy money. As the best doctor ever with physical injuries. True. True. Just be a fucking doctor. God damn. Get Briar on fucking Shadow. Where are you at, Shadow? Get fucking Briar to heal her. Nico put a hole through his chest and Daryl put a bullet through his head. He was fine afterwards. This is true. To be fair, I'm going to be surprised by most of this. We don't know a whole lot about most powers. True. I'm not going to be honest past the police. True. Is he like Orihime from Bleach? Maybe. Maybe. Charlie. Ooh, Charlie. Charlie. Really fucking super good. Charlie's fucking crazy. I'm not going to talk too much about it, but you don't want to fuck around with Charlie. You don't want to be messing. You don't want to be messing with Charlie. Who's better at healing themselves, Ella or Briar? I mean, it depends. Like if you count evolutions, both at level 3. Briar. Could you tell us if Briar could heal Shadow? Yes, Briar could heal Shadow. What I'm gathering is Briar, even as a level 3, is nigh unkillable. Oh, maybe. Why hasn't MC just made gold and sold it? I'm tired of being such a broke boy. He can't. Well, maybe he can. I don't know. Is there gold present in the human body? Is that a thing? Makes sense, I think. She seems very fucking hacksy. Her guess is pretty good, along with her vows and such. I mean, that's kind of it, but it's not really why she's good. She has a whole different reason why she's fucking good. Well, not pretty good. It's the tier you put it at. True. All right, Alice. Old Alice. Whereabouts is fucking Alice? Alice. She's pretty good at the moment. She's better than Danu. Well, it depends. Having the golem is really, really fucking powerful. Alice can't really do that. But Alice also has the barrier, and the barrier is really fucking powerful. Danu doesn't have the barrier. So it kind of depends. You can go back and forth on them. The powers are quite similar, because they're both very pure. There's a high cap to both powers. Like, it scales really well in the late game. But for the average Joe, I mean, you're blowing shit up, which is always fucking good. The barrier can be used by the average Joe easier than the golem can be used. Like, basically no one's going to use Danu's golem as the average fucking Joe. They'd be able to use Alice's barrier. At least not to the same degree she would be, but they could do that. You wouldn't be able to fight as well as Alice, because you're not a fucking ninja, unless you are a ninja, but, well, even then. But yeah, Alice is just pretty good. For the average guy, it's just pretty good. Just pretty good. Alice seems pretty good. Yeah. MC has to have some back pay from Hero coming, does he? He might do. Only 0.2 milligrams in an average adult, though. Of what? Would the average person be able to fuck themselves over by messing up with Charlie's powers? Well, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point many ones. Let me think of that. Not really. Her powers don't really take a lot to use. Let me think. They don't take a lot to use. But maybe they take more than... Actually, Glyphosate and Charlie might need to go down. Both. We'll see later on the list with other people if there are other people better. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Would you get affected by your own vows? Can you screw them up? You can, but it's not like the easiest thing to do. Yeah, I would imagine Charlie has to keep her own vows if she does stipulate that she needs to do something in the vow. Yeah, but if you're not a fucking retard, we'll see. We'll see. I might move both of these characters, but we'll see. Woodall will probably make the MC better of staying human just to troll us. True. I said there's only 0.2 milligrams of gold in the average. Oh, there actually is gold in person. I didn't know that. We all know MC's power is the best. Weird Worlds wouldn't try and lie about that. Yeah, I'd never lie to you guys. MC could use his memory of others to use their ability. Why would he be able to do that? Alice herself was already broken as a level. Even if we think of an ordinary person, he would be strong. He'd be decently strong. Yeah, pretty strong. As MC not being able to transmute stuff that's not in the human body for a while now, the monster scythe didn't seem to be made of just average stuff present in the body. Well, we'll see about that. He can make titanium too. Does he make titanium? I thought it was tungsten. It might be titanium, although that might have been an error, I suppose. Hello, people. So, who's this list work before judging? How's this list? It basically how each power would work if the average person got it, how good it would be if the average Joe got the power. So, you think about it like that. Charlie's another one on my kill list. Ooh. Keep trying to deny it, Weird World. You're not fooling us, except now MC won't be able to steal powers just to spite us. Maybe. The amount of gold in the body is infinitesimal in comparison to the amount of iron. Clark's powers. Good for support. Decently easy to use. Not as good as Briar's, but probably about as good as Alice's and Danu's. Yeah, Clark's is alright. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Clark seems decent or pretty good. Nice support. On offense, good defense if you count his speed to dodge attacks. Yeah. We haven't really gotten into a whole lot of Clark's powers, really. I mean, we've kind of like done a bit of his support powers, but his combat powers are a little bit up in the air at the moment. Could you tell us why you've made things in Superhuman so situational and individualistic? Often when we ask you questions, the answer is it depends, and while I personally really love that, I'm also curious why that's the case. I think it's more interesting. Interesting to have like powers like I suppose tailored to the person. Pretty good. Speedster is OP. Yeah, it's not the traditional kind of speedster though. He's not like fucking Quicksilver or anything like that. He's a different type. Who would the average guy buff? People with guns? Yeah, I guess. Or himself. Though the average person wouldn't have Clark's weapons, yeah, that's true. That's true. Clark's powers are perfect for a party? Yeah, he does have a bit of colour in him, doesn't he? Clark in solo combat might not be that great. We'll see. We'll see. Cole. Old Cole. Cole is really good. He has a very strong power. I'm almost tempted. Actually, he might be. He could just kill him. Yeah, but then again. Well, I was going to say that his body as a child was burning out, but that was because he's a child. The average Joe will be an adult. So yeah, his power was really good. He's very difficult for basically anyone to defeat on his level. He might even be, yeah. Easy to use. Pretty high in defense. It's just really good all around. It's just basically really good. Cole's up there. It's just really fucking good. It's basically if you come up against Cole, you're almost guaranteed to lose. Doesn't really matter who you are. Yeah, strong powers has no skill. Cole can heat up food without a microwave. I'd say he's at least pretty good. True. True. Cole has a great power. He's just fucking stupid most of the time. Clark's powers might not be that great in a straight fight. We'll see. He's going to be in the next update. Let's go. Let's see him as speed blitz something. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Clark is more the Kaja boss from Shin Megami Tensei. I haven't played that. I've only played Persona. But yeah, Cole is pretty fucking up there. Amber's powers. Amber's powers. Amber's powers is, I feel like, really good. It doesn't take like a whole lot to use, but it takes a bit. Like, it's not something you get straight away. Ooh, Amber's a bit difficult. It's not the hardest thing to use, but there's a bit of thinking that goes into it, a bit of self-discovery. We're just going to go really good. We're not going to go quite on Cole's stupid tier. But Amber is good because she can fight like people who are massively stronger than herself. I love how the Cole from the Cole picture isn't even Cole. True, it's CMC. Does Cole need to see his target to burn them from within? What if the average guy has bad eyesight? True. True, he does need to see them. He does need to see them. Sometimes touch them. But yeah. Fair. Ooh, Amber's powers have a lot of applications. If she could change the water states, would be broken. Yeah, the good thing about Amber's is that even like knowing nothing, it's very defensible, so she can tank a lot of shit. So you're not going to die very easily. And it also has like, is really good at fighting like people above her level. So Cole is retarded and wanted to use heat lasers. True. Cole did want to do that. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with Amber. Lord of Dark. Purest version. Purest Dark. Ooh. Well, technically speaking, all of them should really be going up here. But no, because it's been used by the average person. It's been just used by the average guy. Dark is pretty fucking good. It counters a lot of shit, so that's nice. But it doesn't innately have like high offense. It can. It doesn't innately have it though. It's alright. The average guy would be pretty. He'd be well set with it. Actually, even so. Yeah, put him there. Oh well. We'll think about it. Great against Cole, can't see me now, dickhead. True. You just blind a cunt. Really good unless Valravan perfect allowed more to it. Well, this isn't Valravan, this is pure dark. Well, Valravan is pure, but this is pure as in untainted by the mind. I mean, he killed Memory in one dead end. I don't know. I don't know if that was him, but also the average Joe isn't this guy. So, how much of the story descriptions are literal? Like the fight between Aishat and Kira, it states something like Kira used strength to break a barrier as strong as reality. I don't know. I don't fucking know, man. Sometimes it's very literal. Sometimes it's not that literal. You can interpret it based on what actually happens. One of his aspects is negate. Imagine negate every concept, even concepts. I mean, true. Well, actually, now that I think, the average guy isn't making it to FO3, which makes shit like darkness trait good, but not broken. True. It's just pretty good. It's pretty good. Ooh. Time. This is a fucking good one. It doesn't really matter who you are. If you get this, it's basically game over. You're donezo. You just forget about everyone else. You're fine. You're doing good. You're coasting along. Crushed memory, bare ended. That's pretty good at offense, lol. Yeah, but you're not fucking this guy. The average guy, average Joe ain't this guy. We don't know about what a lot can do. How much of the story descriptions are literal? Like the fight between. Wait. I'll just say one thing: no one can beat time. Well, I don't know about that, but actually, Dark would be pretty good against time. But yeah, time is pretty fucking good. Time seems amazing. Claudia will reveal all trust. Can you get lost within the shadows and just die in them? Possibly. Would the average person be able to use time that well? Yeah, it takes virtually no effort. Can't wait for Claudia to see what she can do. I like to think time, as the average guy, is Subaru. Could be. Time, I mean time manipulation that has broken written above all fiction shows. Yeah. You're sitting pretty as time. You're doing fine. Danica. Ooh, Danica. Danica's is pretty fucking good. It's about as good as Cole's, pal. You're about the same level as Cole's. It's slightly harder to use than Cole's. A little bit harder to use. But yeah, Danica's powers is pretty fucking good. Pretty fucking good. Like Deus, you mean? I don't know about that. Time is unbeatable. The one time chosen we know about got no diffed by Val. I didn't say no diffed. I don't think I said that. Well, maybe it did, but you don't know. I guess if you played Prince of Persia, you should be set with time powers. I did play Prince of Persia, yes. Danica has her Stealth X, only requires sight. True. There are some ways in which Danica's powers are better than Cole's. There are some ways, but generally speaking, Cole's are better. Slightly better. Slightly easier to use. Danica has cracked offense, good defense as well. Yeah, defense is pretty good as well. Didn't she get dog walked by MC, who was level 1? Yeah, but the MC is pretty fucking good in certain situations. You can trap someone in a time loop. Maybe. Danica could slice bread without a knife, effective and less cleaning afterwards. True. It's got like practical applications as well. Yeah, Danica's powers, she's doing good. Alona. How much do I want to say about Helena? Her powers are pretty good. Probably better than Clark's. Probably better than Alice's. Yeah. Her powers are pretty good. They're not like amazing. But she can do a lot of shit. Like she does like a whole bunch of different shit. So she has a higher amount of versatility. She can cut bread as well, really easily. So she has like a, what do you call it, home utility, you know? She can be a good fortune teller IRL. I mean, there's that as well. Helena, I have no fucking idea. Seems mediocre though. We'll see. I have no clue for her. Think she's related to spirits or something like that. But yeah, we'll probably see something from Helena, decently soon. But yeah, her powers are just pretty good. They're just pretty good. Gorgon. Oh shit. Gorgon. Her powers are really fucking good. Are they better than Danica's? Well, they require you to look back at her. So no. Maybe really good. They're not as good as like Danica's or Cole's. They're pretty fucking good though. They're quite powerful, quite dangerous. If you and they require almost no effort. You just look at a cunt, and if they look at you back, then you're fucked. So yeah. Helena is discount Deus. I don't know about that. Gorgon spawn would be cracked. Would there be monsters to communicate with? I don't know what that's a reference to. Deadly, freaking deadly. Yeah, she's pretty fucking deadly. But Danica is better. She can just look at any body part. Yeah, Danica is better. Gorgon's not as good as Danica or Cole, but she's pretty fucking good. Yeah, she's pretty fucking good. Wait, no, she's really good. Really good. Del. Oh, Del. Basically Daryl, but he chooses to go down the more liquid path. Pretty fucking mediocre. I mean, it's not like worse. It's not like you should have stayed human. It has some good like home applications. Like if you're just hanging around like at your house, you could do some cool shit with that. But it's not like the best thing in the fucking universe. It's not great in combat. And if you're not intelligent, it's really not great in combat. And for Daryl, his ain't great in combat either. Like unless you're like a super smart, and even then, it's not that great in combat. But Daryl and Dell are pretty fucking mediocre. Dell is worse though. How are you supposed to live as a Gorgon in every day? If everybody you try and maintain eye contact with you kill, you just wear sunglasses, mate. All right. You can't have a job because of the moment you get eye contact with your boss, manslaughter charge. Yeah, just wear a pair of fucking sunglasses, all right? Also, Weird World, there's a concept of hero restructure that has been teased since like Battle of the Diamonds, but lately we didn't hear anything about it for a long time. Is it an abandoned concept or another plot point for the future? Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Free gas and such, though. Average person would be rich. Sure. The average person would be rich. True. You'd rather have it than not, but you'd much rather have some other powers as well. Yeah, it depends. If you're trying to like survive in Superhuman, then you wouldn't really want this. You'd want something else. Because some monster's gonna come and fucking eat you. So, yeah. You make your own wine, beer, and flesh ice with Daryl's power. That's pretty good. But even that, like wine and beer, you could probably make. A fleshlight, you're probably not going to be intelligent enough to make. I want to work under Nyx. Yeah, that'd be a good idea. Working under Nyx, yeah. I wonder if you could do decently with Daryl's power, since I am getting a chem degree. You'd probably do better than most people. Would it actually help? Yeah, it would help. Money generation is truly the thing that can move you up in tier. So yeah, money is pretty fucking good. It wouldn't be that hard to make either. Like getting money, because then you could just hire another superhuman, right? Right, Lethe. Lethe. Her powers. She's more of a businesswoman than a fighter. Her powers, they're not bad. They're just decent. They're decent. Probably better than Bernhardt's. She can do some really fucked up shit. But they're not like the best in the fight. She good at surviving though. She can survive along. Hey Woodward, how's it going? Hey Fish. You doing alright? Unless you make your third leg bigger, it's F tier. Money generation, yeah. Memory eater, right? Yeah. She can do like, actually we'll move her up. She can do like some pretty, she's at least as good as Helena. We'll say that. She's Helena tier. Yeah. She can do some, like if she's fighting humans, she can do some really fucked up shit. If she's fighting other people on her level though, it's a bit harder. But yeah, she'd probably like Helena tier at least. We also count the average Joe's physicals or purely powers. Oh yeah, I didn't really talk about physicals. Not super physical. Not super physical. Not super physical. Decently physical. Decently average physical. Not great physical. Decently physical. Pretty good physical. Decent physical. Pretty good physical. Well, actually it depends actually. Can be pretty bad physical actually. Pretty bad physical. Very good physical. Very good physical. Very good. Decently good. Decently good. Decent. Not super good, actually. Not good at all. Very good. Not bad. Pretty good. Yeah. Right. There you go for physicals. Yeah, we do count physicals, to answer your question. Miniac powers. Miniac powers by the average Joe is pretty good. Controlling someone's body with the oil. Surviving with the oil. It's pretty good. I'd say about on Helena's level. Like it's not super complicated to use. It's just pretty good. Pretty good all around, really. Is Nyx a secret sadist? She gave me the vibe? Maybe. Does she need consent to get memories, or is that just for superhumans? She can get the memories of humans. Yeah, she can get the memories of humans without consent. Eating people's memories means you commit crimes and have people forget. Dodging the law makes her pretty damn good. True. But that depends if the law has other superhumans like backing it. Wait, is the average Joe in this tier list the world of Superhuman or in our world? It's the world of Superhuman. And is he the only superhuman? No, he's in the world of Superhuman. He's trying to survive with all the fucking monsters and all the and all the other shit as well. He's not having a great time. Well, it depends on which power you give him, actually. But you know, you can also see and speak through them too. Pretty good. Yeah. Well, that might just be for the Minyak and not their spawn. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Well, no. You depends on how skilled you are. Now, Minyak power is free gas fuel all year round. I don't know if you can use the oil as like car gas. I don't know if that's a thing. I think you should make a human tier list because I see Steven there, though. Yeah, true. Claudia, I mean, we haven't really seen her do shit. I'm not gonna count Claudia because she hasn't been just been on screen yet. Shen. Shen is pretty fucking good. Is about as good as Briar, to be honest. He's pretty fucking good. So we're going to move Glakewood down. The average person isn't going to be able to do shit Glakewood can. We'll move those two down. Shen seems pretty fucking good. Yeah, he's pretty fucking good. By the way, Dead End 5, where the MC kills everyone and Monster survives, where would he rank at? Is this in the diner? I can't remember which one Dead End 5 is. Or is this where he becomes like a maniac and like does all that? I think he should make a human tier. Oh, wait, I read that. Maniac ending MC would probably be with the Maniac. Divana. Divana's pretty fucking good. She's pretty fucking overpowered. Well, yeah, she's pretty fucking good. Yeah, she's pretty fucking good. Well, she does need kind of like a little bit of help to get going. But even without that help, she's pretty fucking good. And this is the kind of thing where if you experience a lot, and you get into a lot of fights, and the average Joe could do that, you could get pretty high. You could get pretty high with as Divana. Dev seems pretty fucking good. Basically Daryl, but better. Yeah, she's basically Daryl, but better. Yeah. Powers seem easier than Daryl's. They are much easier. Yeah. So in the case of Divana, you'd be able to make a fleshlight, unlike Daryl. True. This is true. You make a good point many once. Dexter is not a superhuman, so he can go down here with Claudia. Spider Chick. Her powers. She's decent. She ain't that great. The powers. She ain't that fucking great. Mediocre? Yeah, actually, yeah, that's a good point. The powers mediocre. What does she got? She got like fucking web. It ain't that fucking great. It's basically like a real life spider. It's just better. She's like a spider, just like magic spider. Why not MC's? Why not tier MC's power level in his different forms and stages? Because I don't have all those pictures, unfortunately. Hey King, what up? I don't even remember her powers beyond the webs. But let's be real, there's going to be a lot of Spider-Man out there, lol. True, she's basically Spider-Man. She is basically Spider-Man. And Spider-Man's pretty good. Decent. Spider Chick is good at getting her limbs ripped off and used as sexual relief. What the fuck is Peta? Paka. What does that mean? Kin? She's cute though. True, she is cute. MC nearly died when he got the memories from the Apostle Pass all at once. Could he give someone those memories to kill them? Yeah, but then he'd lose them. If so, could he also do it through Otherworld counterpart? Possibly. Peter Parker, lol. True. Ella. Ooh, Ella. Ooh. Powers are good. They're a lot more difficult to use than the MCs, though. But then she can survive a lot of shit as well. Like just baseline without knowing shit, she can survive a fuckload. It's better than Helena. Should be about where Dark is. Ella is pretty good. She's pretty good. Wait, is the MC not capable of sharing memories without losing them? Depends on the MC. On the memory, sorry. For the average Joe, Ella's powers seem to be decent at best. We're told they're very fucking hard to use. They are very fucking hard to use. But they're also very tanky as well. So if you're worried about getting eaten by a monster, you'd want Ella's powers, because you could probably survive it. I see Elijah. I can't imagine his power is very useful unless he completely negates friction. You bounce something fast and it gets torn apart. We'll see. Is Ella's healing better than MC's healing if they're on the same level? Yes. Well, depends. True was the thing about survivability. The average person wouldn't be testing out things like that. True. Ella's power is versatile, but requires a lot of knowledge about the body. This is true. Why is this so hard to use? Because she doesn't have memories that let her kind of like cheat her forms. She has to actually learn how to create different forms, restructure herself. Another thing about it, MC could in the future overload someone with memories until either that person is in a coma, vegetable state, or dead. You could do that. Probably not going to work on a superhuman, but on a human, it'll definitely work. Elijah, his powers are decent. Well, yeah, they're. I'd say they're about as good as Clark's. Because he can survive a lot like Ella. Like, you're not really hurting him too easily. But he's not as good at surviving as Ella. So there's that. Ella's better at that. But Elijah, his bouncy shit, it can be used like to get around fast. Can he be used to attack? It does require a good amount of skill to get to his level, though. Yeah. I'd say Clark's is better. We'll put him with Bernie. What makes Elijah's powers good is that he is very skilled with them. Elijah is decent, maybe pretty good. Yeah, he's somewhere between there. Ella is manual, MC is automatic. True. True. Elijah is decent unless you have a weapon strong enough to use them. This is true. But like, if you're only level 3, do you really need a weapon that strong? Let's be real. Let's be real here. Another thing about it. Oh, wait. Elijah's powers seem cool, but unfortunately their user likes to talk more than actually act. He does like to talk. Did MC's hero persona appear more off-game, given how much more prestige he has compared to the in-game appearances? Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Kira. Kira's powers are very easy to use. Very tanky. Pretty fucking good. Well, is he on the level of Shen? He's not that good. She's better than Dark, though. Yeah, yeah. I mean, they don't do anything special, but she can survive a lot. They're very simple, and she's quite damaging as well. She's just like all around pretty good in a fight. Like if the average guy got this, they'd be pretty fucking good with it. Are we assuming they make it past Evo 2? Yeah, let's just say they get to level 3. Not many make it to level Evo 3, which is when some of these powers really pop off. Yeah, this is true. But yeah, we'll just assume they reach level 3, around level 3. 2 to 3. Pretty fucking good, yeah. She's largely physical. Yeah. Could you tell us which of these powers is the most difficult to use? Maybe when we're done. Because I don't want to read through all of them if I'm going to go through them again. The average Joe shouldn't have a hard time with it. Yeah, it's easy to use, but it's also not like broken in any real way. It's just good. It's just good. Pretty good, I'd even say. Langdon's powers. Ooh. Pretty fucking good. Being able to possess a gun, that's pretty fucking good. Yeah, there's not a whole lot to say about that. We haven't really seen him fight, so we'll just leave it at that. Demi. How's old Demi doing? Not that great in the fight. Demi. We kind of see what Demi's like without skill, and it's not that great. With a bit of skill and a bit of work, they can go all right. She can make like sort of like illusions and make people see what they want, which is pretty cool. But she has the general passive effect of people kind of like to be around them, which is good if you want to like get a lot of dates. It's pretty fucking good. Like if this was a romance tier list, this would be pretty fucking good. It might even be really fucking good. But it ain't a fucking romance tier list, so it's pretty fucking mediocre. Let's be real. The average Joe is just going to have a lot of people like them, and it's not going to do a whole lot. It's not going to do a whole lot for them. It's just all right. Just all right. Might as well be human, lol, or mediocre. I mean, it's better than being human. I'd like to have a lot of people like me. It's pretty nice. You know, get a date real easy. You know. Here is just a Walmart Saitama, so simple but effective skill set. Yeah, just basic shit. If you don't mind dealing with the yandere types, it could be all right. Yeah, that's true. You could even argue you put it in should have stayed human, depending on how you think about it. But Demi's kind of yeah. Demi's kind of like has her own personality that attracts that as well. So it's not really the same thing. Hell yeah, better than Angelina. True. Yeah. You know, there's probably like a decent amount of like scaling in the late game if Demi ever got there. But for the average Joe, it's not gonna. You ain't gonna get that much out of it. I mean, I suppose you could get like a stronger superhuman to protect you. That's pretty decent. But no, we're just gonna mediocre. What's the chances you're gonna meet another stronger superhuman anyway? I've had the stream on mute. Yeah, all good, mate. So, guy is in for some horrible time. Yeah, I mean, you know, I'd like to have it personally. We will refer to Demi as him, so that's that. Well, I think I said both. I kind of like switch between them because I do long swathes of the text where I write both. So, focusing on game now. Have a good night. See you, Dom. Good one. Is there any superhuman or monster cast where the average Joe is actually better at using their powers? Maybe. That's definitely possible. I don't know if I can think of one off the top of my head. Yeah, we'll see. Would you like dudes coming to you, Woodward? Who said anything about dudes? Oh wait, it'd be dudes and chicks, wouldn't it? I mean, if it meant chicks as well, then yeah, I wouldn't really give a fuck. Yeah, I'd say that's a worthwhile trade. Does the MC's hero persona appear more? Wait, that. Debbie has kind of experienced the worst case scenario for her powers, short of becoming a monster. Yeah, basically. How is Time's powers easier to use than Lod? It's not easier to use, it's just better when it is easier to use. About similar easy to use, but Time is just better when it's easy to use. Dude legit made the mental note to call Demi both a he and a she on the same stream to fuck with us. That's what you get, mate. They start coming to you, then they start coming onto you, then they start coming on you. True. Sorry if this is derailing, but I'm kind of curious. What's Uran's uranium form? Was Uran's uranium form made using AI? Not complaining, just curious. No, well, kind of. Like I draw him, and then I use AI to fix the shading. Uran's, I could probably show you. Uran's uranium and all his other forms are made in a very simple. It's going to show it. Because it's a very simple trick to Uran's form. Me. This is what I get for like doing shit. Hang on. It's a very simple trick to Euron Swarm. This works for basically all his forms as well. Hang on. It's kind of a unnecessary tangent. But since we're on the topic, I can show you guys. Right. Alright. This is how I make Euron's form. Let me show you. Is he? There he is. Give him a pose. Give him a boxing pose. Alright. This is how we do it. You just keep adding layers like this. Obviously, I put a bit more work into it in the update. And we give him some glowing eyes. Give him a bit of this. This is basically Euron's form. This is his carbon form. This. This is, what is it? Was it nitrogen form? Get a bit less blue when we get rid of this. Blur this a bit. Where the fuck did that go? That's his nitrogen form. This is carbon form. We could even do the uranium form right here. Uranium's not that different from carbon, to be honest. Uranium uses this one. I'm just doing this with the mouse. I'm not using the pen with this because I can't be fucked getting my fucking tablet working. This is uranium, except we got a filter. Oops. Then make it green. There's like 3 dots here. We had some other shit. We had like spikes and shit. But this is basically how I did all of them. The difference with the uranium one was that afterwards I did like an image with the eye to fix the shading. Because I did some weird shading with the spikes for uranium. So to answer your question, it's like what do you call it? It's partially AI. But I do this first. I draw this all out first. Then I add like the AI filter over it to like fix all the fucking shading mistakes. So yeah, one of the reasons I like doing the urine fight is because it's really fucking easy. Yeah? What was that? What's all this shit? So yeah, that was a bit of a that was a bit of a fucking tangent. But yeah. The urine fight is I enjoy doing that one because it's really fucking easy to do. Oh, the neon one, I didn't do the neon one. The neon one's basically the same thing, except I erased a lot of it, and then I add a neon texture on top of it. So it's all basically the same shit. Oh, weird. I would take it you didn't take kindly to the Goma pile joke. I don't know what the Goma pile is. I don't know what that is. A good old father piss. It's becoming a theme in this game, and I'm loving the fact that the MC just keeps trashing the chosen of the first. Thank bitch. I think she's better than us, mom and dad. How many more chosen of hers do we need to kick the shit out of before she gets through the empty skull? I don't know if you kicked the shit out of the chosen of the first. I don't know if that happened. We'll clip this and post it to your YouTube. Oh, I don't know if I've got that kind of time, mate. I don't know if I have that kind of time. I mean, maybe I will. Maybe. I mean, I'm not going to say I won't. We didn't beat the first chosen, just Black Mouse proxy or whatever. True. Well, maybe true. At this point, someone needs to make racist theme meme with the first and the third, fourth. Oh my god, it's urine. True. Hey, Weird World, what do I need to do to get you to make a Tsunade artwork, a proper MILF Tsunade artwork? I don't got time, mate. I only got time for drawing Superhuman. I don't have time for any of that stuff. Urine isn't a shapeshifter for Say, despite saying that he seems more like Transformer. Transformation and shapeshifting are two different things. I mean, he kind of shapeshifts. I mean, he gets like spikes on his back and shit. You know? And we've completely derailed the stream long. Yeah. I like to show you these like simple like tricks that you can do because it's just very easy. Just takes a few minutes and you're done. I would have liked the father to have turned into water to peel in water mode. What do you mean peel? You mean pee? Okay, so what you are telling us is that art you are doing is actually super easy to make. So why aren't there updates releasing every 3 days? True. Should be fucking done every five fucking seconds, right? Right? Crazy how you're doing this in like a minute. I thought this shit took like 15 at least. I mean, obviously I do it better when it's actually in the game. I'm not doing it that casual. And the uranium form I had to like draw like a lot of like I had to draw the mask like a weird, make him like look cooler, you know. Which is why I needed to fix that a lot. Like the more details you do, like the more you need to fix it up. And yeah. Then we could we've got some teasers. Are you ever gonna have an all H scene update? Probably not. Probably not. Show us everything weird. Love your content, man. Keep up all the good work. Yeah, thanks, man. It's kind of nice to see how it's all done. Would you do some tutorial vids? Yeah, I mean, I've done it before. I've done it like stuff like that before. Just Ewan is a particularly easy case. It's fine. Motorcycle out back. But yeah, Ewan's like just a super easy case. You know, how did you do the face with the uranium? It had the like the mask thing going on. You just draw it. You just draw it over it. Like most things, I just draw. Like well, I do a 3D model and I usually draw over it. That's how I do most of it. But yeah. Where does your inspiration for powers come from? Do you come up with them all of them yourself? I mean, I take inspiration for like various different things, like X-Men and all shit like that. I mean, but most of them, I may have my own ideas of what would be cool, and then I just put them in the game. And if the wiki is taking notes, I don't know if there's an easy go on the wiki. I mean, you can. For a second, that looked like Father Ewan without his robes and his glowing red eyes. Just for a second. Sorry for derailing the stream. It's all good. I'm guessing Ewan is a level 3 too. That would be about right. Ewan is actually an Evo 1. MC is just weak as shit. True. Alright, anyway, Lisa. I haven't seen her powers at all, but her powers are really good. We're not going to talk about that, but they're just good. Met. His powers... Ooh, Met. They're pretty fucking good. Being able to turn into lightning is pretty fucking good. Although, would the average Joe be able to turn into lightning? Yeah. Well... Even without being able to turn into lightning, just the fact that you have lightning is pretty fucking good. Just shooting lightning out. It's super fast, it's super, powerful, dangerous. It's just a pretty fucking good power. That's all. Just pretty fucking good. Lisa was hinted at having some kind of crushing power this update. Yeah. At least from what the agent said as at the gate about his superhuman being strong enough to turn him inside out from here. Maybe. Met seems pretty fucking good. Yeah, he's pretty fucking good. MC power is really good. Maybe. Rena, please turn me invisible. I can't beat those level 2s without sneak attacks. Well, it's just a teamwork, right? It's just a team battle. If you're going to fight as a team, you're going to, use all your team's powers. Would the average Joe's powers ever be heavily affected by corruption? I mean, yeah, sure. Since they would most likely join Hero and wear the helmet. I mean, it's possible. I'm not gonna say it's impossible. All right, MC. MC's powers are... what would MC's powers be? It's better than Ella, like for the average Joe. He doesn't have Briar's healing, but he has like better offense. Would I say really good? I don't know if it's as good as Lisa's. It's good. But is it as good as Lisa's power? Nah, it's pretty fucking good. It's pretty fucking good. Very survivable. Very useful, like, for surviving a lot of shit. This is the main important thing, like Ellis. But, yeah. So, if you can make a lot of mistakes as an average Joe, and you can still survive. So, that's really handy. Memory powers. Yeah, pretty good. Allows you to like take different forms, do a lot of shit. But you're not going to be making like the tail clones. You're not going to be doing like the 8 tails bullshit. You're not going to be doing that. You could get the animal forms. You could do that. Mantis punch. You could do that. But that said, you're not going to be fighting someone like Lisa and coming out alive, or like a Glakewood, or like fucking Stone Eyes here. That's probably not happening. Yeah, it's just pretty fucking good. It's pretty fucking good. It's not like really, really good, but it's pretty fucking good. MC is really good or better, very easy to use and all around strong. It is all around strong, but there's a difference between all around strong and being fucking broken. Yeah. Now that I think about it, Lisa does require a bit more skill, actually, now that I think about it. We're going to put her about Langdon. You're not beating that Glakewood. The addition of memory really puts him up over a lot of things. True. I would say really good, but I will admit to having a bias. MC gets all the girls because of his powers. Yeah, that's true. He does get a lot of girls. MC is like Ella, but easier to use. This is true. He does have like some extra shit outside from Ella. But the average Joe isn't going to be doing a lot of that memory shit. That's probably not going to happen. But he does have a lot of ways to enhance himself. Yeah, he's better than Briar. I don't know if he's like a full tier better than Briar, but he's better. He's maybe. Deus, pretty mediocre. His powers don't do anything like really special, so I'll just leave him there. So he could use his powers to become rich and political power by becoming other people. Yeah, that's true. Shapeshifting to other people is pretty good. Yeah, that's fair. As an average human, you could get a lot of mileage out of the MC's power. There's a reason why I always say I want the MC's power. You get a lot of mileage out of it. It's not like the best in terms of combat. Because MC has... His offense isn't bad, but it's not like the greatest thing in the world either. Yeah. It's good. Trolling? Oh, I'm not trolling. Deus's powers are unironically basically useless. Like, yeah. If a regular human got his powers, it'd basically do nothing. MC is basically a computer that can only shapeshift what he has in his hard drive. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Doesn't Deus have a bunch of visions? I think that would suck. He even has to wear the visor over his eyes 24/7. Should have stayed here. I don't know if I got that far. But he's a... What do you call it? Actually, I'm not going to say that. But yeah. His powers are just alright. He also has beams that shoots from any directions, does he? I don't know if that's his powers. He was pretty whatever when he beat the Eye guy. Yeah. That's the thing. He beat IMC, albeit incomplete, but still. I don't know about that. Which character... I don't know if that has anything to do with his powers. Which character would you consider Yo be the definition of? The earth trembles under the weight of your verdict. I don't know what the fuck that means. Could you make a reference to the coffin of Andy and Lonely with the Moon Brothers? I haven't played the coffin of Andy and Lonely. I should do. I've heard it's good, but I haven't played it. Could you tell us if the powers on this tier list are based on their current selves? Or is it also based on what they can be? It's based on their current selves. Oops. Oh, he almost said something law revealing. Yeah, like kind of. Oscar would be pretty good, all things considered, since he didn't fully become a superhuman. Oscar is pretty good. I'm wondering, he's not pretty fucking good. Oscar's powers are pretty good. The whole slow people, freeze people, slow people down, and then speed yourself up. I think that's just a pretty good combination. That basically it doesn't take a whole lot of you to use. That basically, Oscar's basically retarded. So the fact that he can use it means pretty good. They're pretty easy to use. It's also just really effective. I mean, there's the benefit of the fact that Oscar is a big motherfucker, so that helps him a lot in terms of the damage aspect. But generally, it's just a good power. It can do some good shit. Now, we can only do 3 things, but the 3 things it does are pretty fucking good. So I'm almost tempted to put him in pretty fucking good, but we'll just put him pretty good. I'd love having Oscar's powers. Wouldn't love being like Oscar? Yeah. I like to think Deus is just an anomaly of the superhuman universe. Yeah, maybe. Slow objects down, Weirdwood, not people. Jeez, learn to read. True. Will Deus ever let Helena tap? Maybe. She buys him some nice dinner first. Maybe. Nico. Really good. About as good as the MC. Pretty overpowered. Like, for a regular superhuman, it's not going to be as overpowered as it is with Nico. Otherwise, we'd put it up here. Like a normal superhuman's not teleporting anyone to the sun. But they could teleport them, a few hundred feet in the air, let them drop. That'd work. Like, she can do a bunch, a normal person with their powers would be able to do a bunch of shit. Being able to teleport means like you're pretty good at evading as well. It's just all around pretty good. Nico's good with it, but it's just all around a pretty good power. Nico's cracked, but will everyone else be as cracked as her? I would say no. Most people will accidentally teleport themselves into their death. It depends. Like the whole thing about like if you teleport yourself into a wall, you die. You won't. Whatever's more dense will survive, and superhumans are generally more dense than a wall. Unless you're going to teleport yourself into a literal steel bunker, then maybe you're fucked. But if you're going to teleport yourself into the ground or into a plaster wall or some shit, generally speaking, your superhuman body will tank it. Nico's really fucking good. That they seem easy and strong. They're pretty good. Yeah, it's not that easy. It's not going to go in fucking. Wait, why is Divana up here again? All right, she can make a flashlight. It's not like a Danica level, but yeah, it's really good. Oscar's power seems good for a group, so yeah, pretty good. Answering that guy Danua's answer, I consider it would be Henrik. He could put everything on their knees, but he chooses not to. I don't know what that means. Not a wall, more like lava or something. If the person using it went that deep, but they're probably not teleporting that deep. Does Nico get new rings per evolution or by catching Hexen ring? Because the average Joe ain't doing that. This is true, and maybe is the answer. Maybe underwater accidentally getting crushed by the pressure. They're not teleporting that far. Yeah. Anyway, Nyx. Nyx. Pretty hard to use. Not immediately great at combat. Better than Elijah, probably. Not as good as Clark. Hers is alright. It's not very difficult to use, but you get a lot of payout if you do use it well. Yeah. Probably worse than Clark. Pretty good. It's pretty good. Like a normal human's not bringing anyone back to life. But well, there's various other things you can do with it. Power Word Kill seems a bit better than that. Yeah. But not everyone's going to be using that in the efficient way that she does it. Nyx herself is unique, so average Joe, who knows? Yeah. It's just pretty good. In the hands of the average Joe, it's just pretty good. With Nyx's powers, you may also have to deal with ghost molestation. Yeah, if you get corrupt enough, sure. No way Nyx is getting higher than mediocre with the River of Nyx bullshit. Yeah, but that's due to her corruption. It's not due to her powers and nature. Would average Joe be constantly harassed by ghosts, though? Probably not. Is all of Clark's hair blue and yellow, even the hair not on his head? Yes, even the hair not on his head. This is true. This is true. All right. Fuck, how many... Jesus, how long have we been going? 2.5 hours. Jesus Christ. Let's get through this shit. Oh, damn. This can kill all, basically. Yeah, and killing is pretty powerful. But in the hands of the average Joe, it's not that great. Nathan seems good or high decent, very easy to use, seems to have strong offense, but very focused on offense with nothing else. It's alright. It's decent. It's about as good as Elijah. Yeah. It's alright. You probably need a gun to make it decently effective. You could do it without a gun, but you'd need a gun to make it decently effective. And it doesn't have there's not a lot of room to there's not a whole lot of upwards mobility with this power. It's not that hard to use, but it's also it doesn't do a whole lot of shit either. There's no real defensive applications. It's just decent. It's better than fucking Spider Girl here, but it's not like anything special. Might have to do a part 2 stream. Nathan, not gonna lie, pretty good. Like the fight tiers list. Yeah, I don't know. I like to have it all in one video. That'd be my preference, because then, then people who want to watch the tier list can just watch the full thing. But we'll see how we go. Rena, invisibility. Invisibility. Ooh. Not bad. Not bad. I mean, people can sense you, but it's a lot. It's pretty vague. They're not gonna like know where you are. They just know you're around, unless they're like super good at it. It's not like Met level. It's probably about Oscar level. It's probably about Oscar level. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Being able to go invisible is pretty good. And just assassinate some motherfucker, assuming you have the strength. Yeah. Intrusive thoughts would definitely win with Rena's power. Well, I'm not going to say what I'd be doing, but yeah, I'd be doing things with that power. Yeah. Rena is decent or mediocre, good for stealth, and doesn't seem that useful for anything else. True, but stealth has like a lot of applications. Being able to sneak up on a motherfucker has like a lot of fucking, like the MC does it decently often, and it usually works out pretty well for him. But yeah, it's actually, is it better than Kira's? Kira can tank a lot. Actually, I don't know if it's good with tanking. It'd be about Clark level, actually. It depends on who you are. Actually, but you're not an assassin, are you? If you're the average Joe. You're not a fucking assassin like Rena is. Like Rena's a pro. Alright, we'll put it like Nathan tier. For the average Joe, it's just going to be like Nathan tier. This is a good point. How does that power work evolving? Would your invisibility be enhanced? Yes. Exactly, Weird World. Guess that's fair. Let's go. Rena is amazing. Without her, Met would be getting cooked by those level 2s. True. Yeah. For the average Joe, it's probably be decent. The average Joe ain't a fucking assassin. Body. Pure body. Untainted by the mind. Ooh. Body is very good. Very easy to use. Ooh. We'll put it with the MC. Ooh. Yeah. We'll put it with the MC. But it's just Ella, but better. I don't know. I didn't say better. For the average Joe, it's better. But yeah, we'll put it there. Invisibility won't do shit for the moment you meet a single entity that's way above your league. True. But you shouldn't be fighting people above your league anyway. Isn't Ella pure body? Kind of, but she's also been like Varavan, for example, is pure darkness. But his darkness isn't the same as the 7th apostle. Because his own like mind and psyche taints the power or changes the power. So it's not exactly the same thing. Space, pure space, or ether, I suppose you could say. I was going to sneaker. No. Yeah, we'll just put it there. We'll just put that there. Binoculars, you can see pretty far with them. Pretty fucking useful. Pure ether seems pretty fucking good or better. It is pretty fucking good. Or better, yes. Ooh. Big titty time lady. Is basically there. It's pretty it's really fucking good. We'll put it like that. True, so true. Thanos. His power is different than Daryl and Dell's, but it's about the same in terms of combat application. For the average Joe. Literal monster invasion of the whole planet. The average Joe won't be able to avoid strong entities. Invis is totally useless then. I mean, you could escape from them though. I mean, your whole power is avoiding strong entities. Yes. So that would work. Raven. Ooh, old Valley boy. Val is, well, There's his C class version and his S class version. His C class version has a lot less abilities. Like S class version he has a fuckload of different like skills that he can use that he's trained with. But then that's the thing, that he's trained with them. But I don't know if he has like, even outside of his training, he has like abilities he can use that he can't use as a C class. But those abilities are also pretty reliant on his training. Let's put him with a lot of, with old 7 boy. Yeah. He has other abilities. Even if we gave like the average Joe his S class abilities, a lot of them like are founded on all the training he's done with them. So we'll just leave him there. How did you manage to perfect Thanos' sinister smile? He generally has the most evil grin I've ever seen. He does have a good fucking grin on him, doesn't he? I don't know. I just got lucky. That's unironically it. It wasn't skill or anything. I just got lucky with him. I don't know. Or maybe I designed his face well. I don't know. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with his smile. Yeah. Val, I'd say, is pretty fucking good. I think I'd be better than Pure Dark. It'd be better than Pure Dark. Yeah, but being able to teleport through shadows is good. Being able to like negate powers in a certain aspect is good. But like Kira can do basically that just with her body. Well, she can't teleport. The average person wouldn't be very good at teleporting through shadows. And a lot of his offensive ability is skill based, not power based. Yeah, no, he's going there. He doesn't have Kira's offense. Me being invis running for my life while Godzilla nukes the whole state. You got to do it. The average Joe would train, not a fuck ton. Yeah, it's true, but even with training, you're not going to get like to Val's level. Put it above Lord. Do the Chosen have powers that the Apostles don't have? In a sense, it's just the way the Apostles have the powers that like their spawn have, just that the spawn kind of like use it in a different way, like it kind of manifests in a different way, based on their mindset, you know. All right, Zach. Oh, Zach. Zach's a hard one. Because it's kind of like contingent on him being like a high evolution. He's pretty fucking good. He's not like the best. But there's a lot of things that go into Zach's powers that like the average Joe just wouldn't be able to do. Zach seems really good or better, just going off the other time powers. Yeah. Zach Saman and his save/low power. I don't know if that's what it is, but maybe. Could you tell us what Zach could do as a level 1 or 2? No, because you don't know what he can do as a level 3 or 4 or 5. So what would you be able to do with Zach's powers at level 2 or 3? Who knows? It just wouldn't be as good though. No, just put it like that. Will we know Zach's powers at one point in the game? You will. Maybe. Henry. Henry's powers are really fucking super good. Henry's powers are top tier. Very easy to use. Very, very powerful. Although there's the drawbacks as well, which would affect most people. But even so, they're so fucking good. There are drawbacks. Climb doesn't really have those same drawbacks. Put them here. His powers seem amazing. They're very easy to use. They're just good all around. They're good at basically everything. Like Henry can do things that Authority can. He can do things that Body can. He can do things that basically what any other superhuman can. Basically anything a superhuman can do, Henry can basically do. Maybe. If you get Henry's powers, do you get the fast path to level 5 as well? No. But even without it, they're just very fucking good. They're just very fucking good. Alice, yeah, it's about as good as Alice. Yeah, there's not too much to say about it. We've already talked about Alice and Dano. Yeah, it's about as good. Alice better than Dano and Alice? Yeah, maybe. Jared. Ooh, Jared. Yeah. What would Jared's powers be? Maybe. Yeah. Then again. About there. About there. Does he have certain conditions to be able to be as able as Henry? Hence why Bernhardt is rather low. No. Oh, I mean, there are conditions to be like Henry, but if you have the powers, then you've met the conditions. So if you get Henry's powers, you're just going to be good at using them. They're not super hard to use. Jared is the GOAT. Not even Henry, Bernie, and Malik combined can compete, generally speaking. Jared is really fucking super good for sure. Trust me. Literally the best powers ever. True. Jake, he'd be up there. He has some good fucking powers. Mind control it's always overpowered, isn't it? Just always overpowered. It's not like time, but you know, it's generally speaking, is always pretty fucking overpowered. So yeah. Yep. Jake has a great fucking powers. Yeah, he's great fucking powers. Jared might be the final boss of the game. We started with him. We'll end with him. The Alpha and the Omega. True. Yeah. Good old Jared. I think the average Joe will be as good with Jared's powers as he is. Maybe. Right. Jill. Jill's powers. Yeah. Not a whole lot to talk about. A bit of magnetic bullshit. It's about as good as Clark. Really. It's alright. That's alright. Klaus. He's pretty good. About as good as Oscar's, I'd say. High offense. You wouldn't be able to do the flying shit he does. But high offense and the barrier. You can't forget the barrier. Yeah. He's better than Oscar's. He's just good all around. Long range, fast abilities, strong barrier to protect him. Shoot beams. Like, it's nothing really complicated about shooting beams, is there? Apart from the flying thing, there ain't a whole lot that you'd need skill for. So yeah, pretty good. Classes are pretty good. Easy to use, strong, versatile. Yeah, it's just good all around. You know, it's not like broken, but you know, it's good all around. Don't worry, the stronger he is, the better I want his suffering to last as long as possible. When we eat him alive and store him in our head like the rest, I don't know if that's going to happen, mate. I don't know if we have what it takes to like beat someone on Jared's level, but Barrier went crazy hard. He also had easily the coolest move names. Yeah, I thought it. I mean, it was pretty simple the way I named his moves, but I thought they were pretty cool. Yeah. The Barrier is such a strong ever one ability. It's kind of crazy. Actually, yeah, let's move him up. Yeah, pretty good. The Barrier was pretty fucking crazy. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Like, not even that does it protect you, but it also damages the person trying to attack you. That's pretty good for a level 1. You know, that's pretty good. Lucius. Lucius' powers alright. Cloning, so it's not bad. Yeah, about there. He's probably together with Nyx. Like, Lucius is the one that makes his powers like really dangerous. But for a regular Joe, yeah, about Nyx's level. That's probably about right. Laurie. Oh, Laurie's is pretty fucking dangerous. Yeah, about. I wouldn't say as good as the MC. But yeah. Laurie is pretty damn dangerous. Pretty deadly. If you can use him. Klaus is one of my favorite characters, and his powers are a part of why. Yeah, I thought Klaus was pretty cool villain. Laurie has great powers, very underrated. Yeah. She's a bit of a scaredy cat, but her powers are good. This is true. Aisheth, her powers are pretty good. Pretty fucking good, even. Yeah, her powers are pretty broken, actually. They require a lot of will to use. But it's about as good as a Glowquick. Yeah, that's about it. Question on Lucius. Is he a level 3 and evolves while he has clones out in the field? Would his existing clones get stronger? Or only the new ones? Only the new ones. Cloning will make someone super rich, not going to lie. Especially if they don't have a time limit. Then lend me some illusions. This is Elijah we're up against. True. Elijah's probably the strongest in the fucking universe. Truth. It's about the same. Aisheth sticks pretty closely. Oh, Michael's powers. Ooh. Oh, Michael's powers. Energy absorption, pretty good against certain, foes. That was pretty decent. His offense is pretty right, but then you got to kill people to get like the most use out of it, and most people aren't killing people. He's probably about deal tier. Yeah. The average Joe's probably not killing a lot of people, so you're not going to get a lot of mileage out of Michael's powers. Michael's powers are simple and strong. Michael is going to make power proud. He might do. Michael's powers are shit. They took months to even figure out what they were, even after months of training. True. I mean, you might stumble on a few corpses in the superhuman world, but yeah, you're not going to be like making them like Michael is. Michael's power is passive. Just go to the cemetery. Well, the cemetery's not going to work unless they recently did, and even then, unless it's like a monster cemetery, you're not going to get a whole lot out of it. Michael is a beast even without powers. True. Michael is the main source of his powers, not really his abilities. They're good. You just have to be able to use them. Rebus, he goes with the gang. Yeah, he's just with the gang. Liz, not as good as Nico. A lot more situational than Nico. But, water's not that hard to come by. Yeah. Pretty good. It's not like the best or anything. It's just pretty good. This is the Aquaman of Superhuman universe. Yeah, kind of. She's got decent physicals as well. This is quite powerful physically. Liz seems pretty good. Yeah, they're pretty good. They're nothing special, but they're pretty good. Tiffany, light speed is pretty fucking good. Buffing others is pretty fucking good. Powers are better than Clark's. Pretty fucking good. They're about as good as Klaus's. Kizaru, I don't know what the fuck Kizaru is. But yeah, Tiffany's pretty good. Pretty fucking good. Light base. Yeah, that's about Tiffany's level. It's about Tiffany. Tiffany can't see where she's going when at light speed, right? Yeah, kind of. The perception while in light form is like different to like her standard perception. But yeah, she does lose control really fast, and most people would as well. But that said, I mean, losing control is not necessarily the worst thing in the world. It just means you're going to end up in a lot of like fucking random places. That's all. Average Joe will probably be running into stuff while fighting. Yeah, but running into something as a light isn't necessarily the worst thing. Well, yeah, the perception is important. It does require a lot of training to get under control. Yeah, this is fair. Yeah, it's probably about Clark level. Yeah, it does require a lot of control. Yeah. I'm just thinking, in a world invaded by monsters, you'd be really good at escaping cunts. Like if a fucking big ass monster nukes the city, you'd be fine. Unless it like it nukes you while you're not looking, or like you're fucking asleep or some shit. But yeah, we'll just put it pretty good. Tiffany in theory can do an infinite weight punch like the Flash, although if you're not aware Womp Womp and again, any form of super speed is broken. Yeah. And she can do that. But yeah. The average show is not going to do that. Magnet chick controls metal. She's pretty good. It's not a bad power. There's a lot of metal around in this day and age. Her powers are pretty high application. Her defense is pretty strong. Like the metal body she's got there is pretty powerful. Yeah, she's all around pretty good. I'd say she's not like Alice level. About there. She's pretty good. Not as good as Clark. Yeah, about there. Metal chick is alright. I wonder how an infinite weight punch will affect the person throwing it. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Sure, until you reach level 4. But then as level 4, you'd be able to tank it anyway. Well, depends. It might be like, thank goodness she is particularly weak to my powers, or else I would be cooked. I don't know about that. We need to know more about her. True. Rockman. Makes a lot of rocks. Controls rocks. Punches with rocks. His powers are decent. Nothing special. Just physical. Pretty tough, but not like Kira tough. You know. Destruction. Pretty fucking good. Pretty fucking overpowered, to be honest. Not as good as, seeing really far away with binoculars, but, it'll do. Hosed when Paper Man shows up. True. Destruction is really good or better. It's pretty fucking good. Let me guess. His name is Tiny. Oh, the rock cunt. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, destruction is about as deadly as coal. Pretty fucking dangerous. Zara. I haven't seen a whole lot of Zara, but she has a lot of things she can do. She's kind of like Helena. Maybe a little bit better than Helena. It's a lot of stuff she can do. Her powers are pretty good. Very versatile. I mean, a punch at that level would send someone flying off the planet, for sure. Or just destroy the planet. Destroy the planet. Psychic is a bitch like that. Psychic. I don't know who Psychic is. Zara is, it seems, maybe pretty good. Yeah, it's about as good as Lona. She's very versatile. She can do a lot of shit. Binoculars should be higher up, depending on how far you can see. You may be able to see through time. Maybe. Where do we see Rockman? Can't recall him. He fights Evander in the Sin infiltration. Memory. For the average Joe, memory is very bad. Very, very bad. You're not going to do a whole lot of shit with memory. So, it's not like you should have stayed human, but it's just not that great. Memory is really good. Seems easy and strong. Really? Typo. No, memory is horrible. Not very good for surviving because you're weak physically. Combat applications are basically zero. You can read the other person's memories. You can kind of like anticipate their moves. You're not doing a whole lot of shit though. Maybe you could like stun lock them a little bit with the memory powers, but then what's stun locking them going to do? What are they going to do? They're going to stop being stun locked and then fucking slaughter your ass. So Memory Mummy is cracked. She would also make the average Joe a pervert. True. Don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I mean, I'd say it's a good thing, but that's just me. Psychic is a bitch like that, I mean. Yeah, anyway. Memories. Stun lock them a bit with you can stagger their memories. Like if they're a human, you can maybe erase their memories. If you're fighting a human, are you going to fight a human? I mean, probably not. Fight a monster, you might be able to erase its memories. If you get them enough, but you're probably going to just get cut open because you're not very physically fast or strong. So you're probably just going to get gutted before you manage to erase their memories. So yeah. I guess Sharon is an example of an average Joe. Yeah, basically. Yeah. Sharon is a good example of the average Joe. Evander, he's pretty fucking good. About as dangerous as Cole. Maybe a little bit more dangerous than Cole. Evander is really good, maybe pretty fucking good. Very simple, which can be bad. Easy to learn, very predictable. Very easy. Very super fucking good. It's basically like just Cole, but maybe a little bit better, maybe a bit worse, depending on how you look at it. Isn't barely doing anything beyond reading memories. Yeah, you can do other things. Like you can fuck with people's memories a little bit. But in a fight, that's not gonna it's not gonna win you a fight. Because you gotta hit them or something, Maybe extraordinary intelligence. I don't know about that. Authority. Where did my mouse go? Oh, there it is. It's just Jake. Better. Hexenring, Nico. But better. Where's Nico at? He can make his own dimensions, so he's better. Evander passive is a bitch too. True. It's sort of like Cole's passive, really. It's a bit better. Authority seems like Jake, but more general. Much more powerful. But yeah. Right. Anyway. Sylar. Where memory is. Very, very hard time early on. Doesn't really matter if you become a monster, though. Legong. Ooh, not as good as Matt. It's still pretty fucking strong. Not as good as... Better than Minyak. No, about better than Ella. Pretty good. Actually, yeah. Put it up there. Legong is pretty good. Sala is, I don't know, based on memory, seems shit. Maybe pretty fucking good. It depends on how good you are. If you're really good, then it's really good. If you're just an average Joe, it's not that great. Legong seems like Met, yeah. But he's a little bit different. A little bit different. For the average person, what's the difference between Met and Legong? Well, you'll find out when we see Met fight a little bit more. Tess. She's got really big boobs, so that's about as good as binoculars. You can get a lot of free food and free drinks, like just catfish a guy. Well, it's not really catfishing, is it? You just get dinner from a guy. You don't put out, but you just get him to buy you dinner. You get a few drinks, have a good time, then just dish him the next day. You just get on Tinder, have like a date set up for every day of the fucking week, get a free fucking food. You're fine. You're fucking toasted, So fucking true, Whittle. So true. Yeah, that's true. It is fucking true. Duncan, his power's alright. He's pretty versatile. Not as much as Helona. He's pretty strong, pretty powerful physically. Icing people is cunt. Flying people is pretty fucking cool. Earth armor. He's alright. He's not that great. He's pretty good. He's like rock cunt, but he's a better. Creation. Why did I put Divana up there again? Oh, right, the fleshlight. Creation can make a fleshlight as well. Fantasy. Fantasy. As good as a Glowcliff. Pretty good. Pretty dangerous. You also get the Legong crystals, because if above average human can kill a Legong, I ain't want that power. We'll see. No, you don't get the crystals, is the answer. Well, maybe. Honestly, we need a separate overpowered tier for binoculars. Doesn't seem fair to place it so low. True. Creation can make a fleshlight. Fantasy can only imagine it. True. True. Creation can make a whole flesh body of your choosing. It can, but do you really need more than a fleshlight? Do you need more than that? I don't know if you need more than that. Right, Malik. Malik, better than Bernhardt. like, you know, getting hit by fire is better than being, or worse, depending on how you're looking at it, than being hit by a gust of wind. He's about as good as old Duncan. Not as versatile as Duncan, but you're not going to be transforming into fire as the average Joe. It's a pretty high level technique. Well, actually, you might be able to. But yeah, he's about it on par with Duncan. Decent offense. You know, defense, yeah, he's all right. I mean, his offense is pretty good. Defense, he's not that great. I don't know. I put him with, let's put him with Lucius and Nix. He's about there. He's about there. That's about right. You also need tits. Seems right. We saw the average Joe at Langdon's office use fire. Yeah, true. We did say that. Yeah. It's not a bad ability. It's just not the greatest thing in the fucking universe. That's all. It's just pretty good. Power. Old-fashioned, pure power. Wait, is Indra not on this list? I didn't even put Indra on this list. Damn. Poor bastard. Oh, pure power. It's pretty fucking good. It's pretty fucking good. Pretty powerful. Pretty lethal. You can absorb a lot of shit. Yeah. Pretty fucking good. Not like fucking time or anything. But it's pretty fucking good. And Brianna, she's got a gun. Guns are pretty fucking good. You can like shoot people. Shoot someone in the head, they're probably gonna die. So that's pretty fucking good. Claudia, she looks pretty sexy here, doesn't she? Yeah, with those eyes, she could probably just get basically whatever she wants. It's basically like Authority. When she looks at someone like that, it's basically just like Authority. She gets whatever the fuck she wants. Dexter, he's got a metal hand, so we'll just put him up here as well. Indra got the greatest insult to be ignored. True. Indra is met but stronger. Maybe. So fucking true, Woodward. Yeah. So fucking true. Claudia doesn't have a blog like Tess, so she's lower. Yeah, that's a good point. Actually, just move Tess up. So it's just that simple. We just move Tess up. We don't need to put her lower. Hello, everyone. First time hopping in stream. Happy to be here. Thanks, Odega Dynamite. Appreciate you joining in. We just finished the fucking tier list, but you know. Could you tell us which of these powers are getting nerfed the most by being in the hands of... Oh, yeah. There were some, like, overall questions that you guys had. I forgot all of them. So ask them again while you're here. Which of these powers are getting nerfed the most by being the average Joe? All right. Which one's getting nerfed the most? Bird Hearts is an obvious answer. Who else? Bird Hearts, Rebus. Memory. Oh, Memory. Memory's getting fucked hard. Deus is fine. Slyla, I mean, it's kind of in Memory. I'd say probably... Well, it depends what you mean. If you mean, are they getting nerfed compared to what they are with the current user? Or are they getting nerfed compared to what they are if you had like an above average person? Like an above average person could use Memory pretty good. Like if they're well above average, they could use Memory pretty good. But they're not going to be using Bernhardt's power pretty good. Like Bernhardt's power needs like the super exceptional person, while Memory requires just like a pretty fucking good guy, pretty fucking good user. So there's a bit of a difference there. But I'd say those two to answer your questions. A wedding design hand me craving for a dark Claudia. Oh, I had me craving. Yeah, true. Any of them that require having big boobs, true, like old Angie here. Duncan's power would be one of the greatest if he used it aside of only as weapons. Oh, it wouldn't be one of the greatest. It'd be pretty good though. Which power is improved the most by being the average Joe? Like the cast member is the worse than the average Joe, if there are any. Is there any that are worse than the average Joe? Let's have a look. Laurie, maybe? Although she kind of depends on which stage of a Laurie is. Like Laurie, although I think most people would be a scaredy cat as well, to be honest. So no, Laurie's still above the average Joe. Steven, he's not that good with the binoculars. I mean, he's not seeing through time and space like a normal person would be able to. Danica, it depends. Like, sometimes she does some really stupid shit that the average Joe wouldn't do. But then again, she usually plays it pretty safe. Like, if the MC didn't attack straight away, he and Alice would have died right there. So Danica is actually pretty good. Jared, he's alright. Cole might be the closest one. Because really, what's the difference between the average Joe and Cole? The average Joe is going to kill everyone in one shot, and Cole's going to kill everyone in one shot. So they're both going to have about the same amount of skill. Cole does train, but he doesn't like train like an extreme amount. Yeah, I'd say Cole would be the closest one. Probably, out of everyone. Probably Cole. Oh, and Jake. Jake doesn't do anything special. I mean, he trains, I suppose. No, Jake's alright. He's alright. He has like some special techniques, I suppose, that most people wouldn't be able to get. Yeah, it'd probably be Cole. Jeva seems pretty good with his limited power pool. Daryl has a lot of power. Daryl has more power than the MC, arguably. Like, because he can. Well, unless you mean like your old clone Daryl, if you mean that Daryl. Any power that requires being unique or has a higher ceiling? Yeah. Could you tell us which of these powers is the most difficult to use? No, well, it depends what you mean. If you mean use it to the maximum effect, memory, maybe? Or the memory? Bernhardt's as well, like if you're going to use like his super abilities. But memory, probably. If you count Neglect as magic, then the magic would be pretty fucking hard to use. Which power requires the least scaling with power? As in would be like really good with low power. Time. Time would be pretty fucking good with low power. An off-topic question I had for Klaus. How good of a fit for the monster that he infected him was he? He was pretty good. He was pretty closely aligned. Steven only has one eye, so binoculars are nerfed. True. That's a good point. Not really his fault. He made like 3 clones and couldn't make all of his weapons and things, but it has an intelligent requirement, I suppose. True. Oh yeah, you were talking about clone Daryl. Yeah, this is true. Can MC become null? I don't know null's abilities, so I don't know. Can MC will be able to use all 12 traits? No, of course not. Is there any of the lesser spawn powers that would give an average Joe the attention of an apostle? No. I mean, they might pay attention anyway, just because they're looking around, but not like special attention. Going to head off. Nice hanging out with you, Wid. Thanks, Leon. See you next time. Binoculars in the right hands would be too strong. I think we should be thankful they have such a mid user. Yeah, otherwise things would be getting pretty dangerous, like world destroying. Brianna's power is having a gun, but Nathan's power is being better at a gun, so he should be top tier. Yeah, but he only has a pistol. She has an assault rifle. Assault rifle greater than pistol, so. I mean, isn't MC an average Joe too, or is just above average? Yeah, it depends on how you look at it. He's good at certain things. He's bad at certain things. Yeah, MC is. Yeah, I was referring to level 1 clone Daryl being pretty good with his limited amount of power. Yeah, that's true. Daryl is pretty good with his limited amount of power. MC is actually very below average. He's just super lucky. True. True. Where would Indra be put in this list? Around Matt's level. Around where power is. So, Woodward, another off-topic question, but since 2 streams ago, you have decided to reveal your hidden web novels of reveal. Yes, I'm going to, but it's going to be like a YouTube video. It's going to be like a YouTube video. It will happen like next week sometime, maybe. I want to make like a proper YouTube video. I have 2 YouTube videos in mind. I want to do. I want to do the one where I talk about the difficulties of starting a new creative project, and I want to do that. The reveal. I don't know which one I'm going to do first. I don't know. I could go either way. But yeah. The reveal will happen like next week or so. What are you eating? Is it good? It's a mint slice biscuit. Chocolate mint slice. It's pretty good. Normally I don't like snacks in the house because I just eat them all in one fucking go. But every now and then I'll buy a pack. You know? Was he an average Joe? Is the average Joe able to take down a guy twice his size? Probably not. No. Out of curiosity, what power would you want to have, Widwell? I probably want the MC's power. I probably want that. Like, there's better powers for combat, but the MC's power has like just basic applications that I really like. Being able to shapeshift into other people, read other people's memories. Oh, I suppose Henry's powers would be pretty good. Maybe Henry. Like, being able to stop time is like that's good, and top tier. But I'd probably prefer Henry's powers, assuming I didn't like go fucking crazy. Arnott's or Griffins? Arnott's, mate. Arnott's. Is there a limit to how much power you can get, like a hard cap or soft cap? There's a soft cap where like diminishing returns kind of thing. There's no like hard cap, I suppose. Well, yeah, it's kind of. What you really need is just someone to help you like break your limits. Like there's a limit that most people have, but there's ways to break your limits. And I'm not talking about the limit breaker stage. MC has great outside of combat applications. You could be so fucking lazy. True. Don't need to fucking work out and just change your body whatever you want. Survive a lot of shit. Yeah, man, unrelated, but I gotta go now. So I just wanted to say bye and thanks for the great stream. Oh, thanks, Stick Dude. Appreciate that. I would prefer Nico's powers. Yeah, being able to teleport is pretty fucking cool. It's pretty fucking cool. I prefer like the survivability of like the MC's powers, but yeah, I can see why. I can see why you say so. Yes. Anyway. Is there anything else I want to do? We're 3 hours in. That's a pretty long fucking time. I'm getting fucking hungry. There's stuff I want to do. Do I want to watch any videos? Is there any videos that need to be watched? What do we got here? Lord of Mysteries, by the way, is pretty good. It's not as good as Being a Hero yet, but it's pretty fucking good. Do I care about any of this? Bloodlines 2 Dialogue System. It's short, so I assume it's short. Would be alright. Tron, yeah. Ooh. I like the singer Aurora. Kaiju number 8, interesting. Stranger Things. I never got into Stranger Things, actually. Like, I've seen some of it, but I never got into it. Shoko Tensei. Ooh. Seems like, ooh. That's enough. We'll watch, like, these videos and then we'll head off. I think that's alright. Also, MC also have a decent physicals, so you're not too squishy. Yeah, true. And even though you're kind of squishy, you can like enhance yourself, so you could be like really tanky if you want. Gotta go. Bye everyone. See ya, Cryo. Thanks for dropping in. Was the planet behind the IMC in that dead end where he fights Bernie Mars? Yeah, it was Mars. Righto. What am I gonna do? Right. Turn my fucking headphones on. I don't even know why I had my headphones on this whole time. Been fucking been doing this shit. Right, let's see what Bloodlines 2 has for us.
In Bloodlines 2, characters will remember how you've
Chinese
treated
room.
them. For example, if you've been polite to Lou Graham, she'll take your kind welcome graciously. If you've only been rude, then she'll see it as sarcasm. These relationships are tracked throughout the whole of the game. Some characters like it when you stroke their ego or are more diplomatic, but if you try that with the wrong person, they'll start to distrust you. Perhaps strong words and cutting the nonsense might be a better tactic for them. You'll build a reputation for your sage advice or bullying nature, so make sure to balance getting what you want with making the right allies.
I typically
Writer
like
Sarah
being a bit of a
Longthorn
dick.
has released a dev diary about the dialogue system that you can read on bloodlines2.com. How will you approach these kind of conversations?
Longhorn, that's a pretty fucking cool name. Yeah, I mean, that sounds alright. I don't know if it's going to be good or not, but that sounds alright. Well, I hear a lot of devs like talk about like how their choices matter and how things like change this or that. It's usually a whole lot. Right. Oh, it's Expedition 33. Okay. We can talk a bit about Expedition 33 and then we're done. Alright. I only read the novel years ago. I think we did see this already. Yeah, I thought so. I think it's just the same trailer but with a different soundtrack. I think that's what it was. I don't watch the anime, so I don't know. Yeah. Alright. Expedition 33. I don't know if you guys played it or not. But I thought... What are my thoughts? For one, I think it's a really crazy good game. I thought $50. Was that what it was? It was like $50 or something. It was so fucking cheap, and you got so much like content out of it. It's a full length game, like just like the same as any other AAA game. But it was so cheap. I don't know why they made it so, like they should have charged more. Like, I don't know. They should have just charged more. I don't know why they did. I don't know if they weren't confident enough, like that their marketing carried them, but they should have charged more. So that's one thing. But yeah, the gameplay I thought was probably one of, if not the best turn-based type gameplay systems I've ever seen. It's like Persona 5, just better in every way. Like they improved everything. They copied everything Persona 5 did and just did it better, basically. With more gameplay aspects, more like reaction. Kind of like a mix of between like a normal combat and turn-based. I suppose if you count Final Fantasy VII Remake as turn-based combat, I'd say I still like that better. But that has more action in it than turn-based, really, if we're being honest. It's not like a proper turn-based. If we're talking like real turn-based, I'd say Expedition 33 is my favorite turn-based combat I've ever played. And there's so much detail and customization and shit. You can make so many different builds. Like every weapon you find like feels like really useful. Like all the loot is really good as well. So I like just from a pure gameplay point of view, I really appreciate that. For the story, very powerful opening, very strong. Like it gets you hooked like really quickly. So I really appreciate that. I think that's what a lot of games and like stories need to do these days, because I think people get bored really fucking quick. There's just so much out there, you know. So that's good. The middle is really good. No, there's a lot. I'm not going to spoil it. Actually, no, I am going to spoil it. So we're going to be ending stream soon. So if you don't want to be spoiled, head out. We're going to be ending in like in like 10 minutes anyway. So yeah, I'm good as spoiled. Gustav is my favorite character. So I was pretty sad when he died. Like even before he died, he was my favorite character. I think he's just very likable, very charismatic. Really, really fucking good character. Like, I don't know if it was the voice actor or the writing, or probably both, but just something about him made him like really instantly likable to me. And I usually don't like the goody two shoe type like MCs either, and Gustav is kind of that. But somehow he just really, I don't know. He's like he's kind in like a really gentle kind of way, almost a little bit feminine actually. But yeah, something about Gustav I really liked. He was a good character. Lune was fucking hot as fuck, so you know, big points for that. And she had a like cool, like a bitch. Well, not really like a bitch. Like kind of like cold type personality. I like that as well. So Lune, best girl. Mael was also very likable. I don't know if it's just because she's Shadowheart though. To be honest, it could just be because she's Shadowheart. So yeah, Mael was a. She's kind of like the main character, really, if you think about it. But yeah, Mael was great. The other characters were good as well. I'm not going to talk about all of them. Eskia was funny as fuck. And same with Monoko. Verso, I have mixed feelings about Verso. I think he's very well written, but I also kind of like think he's kind of a piece of shit in most ways. So I want to expand on that. He is a kind of a piece of shit. He basically. Well, I'm going to get to the ending. For those of you who didn't play it, the ending is basically there's two choices. Actually, I can't really explain it without having context of what the game is. But there's two choices, really. You can, like, how do I explain this without you knowing what the story means? The ending is kind of like a metaphor for, like, escapism versus reality. Like, if you should, like, it's kind of like the Matrix in a way. If you should take the red pill or the blue pill. But there's kind of a twist wherein if you take the red pill, the whole world that you're living in dies. Like everyone in there, all the characters that you've seen up until that point, they basically all get killed. That's just if you're assuming they're real people or just paintings. But in my personal opinion, the obvious and clear choice is to take the blue pill. Like Mael's ending, even though they kind of like imply that it's the bad ending, is the obviously and objectively true choice. Like, there's basically no scenario in which I would ever pick Verso's ending if I were doing that. If I were in control, because why would like it's kind of ambiguous whether the people are real or not in the world, so you don't know if you're actually killing them. Well, why would you even take the risk? Why would you risk killing an entire world just to save some cunt and his family? And it's not even saving because they all live, really. It's just that their family's kind of a little bit more broken up. There's basically no plus sides to choosing Verso's ending. There's only downsides. So I don't know how anyone would logically choose that ending. I feel like the authors are trying to hint a little bit at that was the correct ending, or that they're at least like on par. But in my opinion, they're not like on par at all. Like the Mael's ending was the clear and obvious ending. There's no question. There's no like thinking about it. It was just clearly the correct choice. Because you'd never risk someone's life just to save someone's, or like risk like thousands of people's sort of lives just to save, like just so our family would live slightly happier. In fact, fucking Renoir should have just lived in the painting with his family. I suppose he has his other daughter to think about, like a fucking Claire. He doesn't want to leave her, I suppose. But he really, it's just not a comparable choice. And that's one of the things that annoyed me about Claire Obscure. They don't really deal with the choice in, I think, like kind of the obvious way. Like no one, even fucking the characters that are about to get killed if the bad guy gets his way, they don't really justify their life or their existence. They kind of just try and convince him on his own terms, on his own argument, which doesn't really make sense to me. Like, if I were in their position, I'd be saying, no, I'm not going to get fucking killed just because you want your fucking family to be a little bit happier. It's a retarded proposition to make. No one would act that way. So it kind of feels a little bit unnatural towards the end. But that said, all that aside, and I understand the reason why they're doing it, because if they make too much of a big deal about it, it's going to make one choice feel more obvious than the other. But in my opinion, that choice is the only obvious choice. So them not doing that, it's kind of like an annoyance to me. But yeah, all that said, 10 out of 10 game, easily game of the year for me. One of the best written stories, even though I was kind of complaining about that at the end there. One of the best written stories I've seen in games in a long time. And the music, holy fuck, the music was so fucking good. I don't think I've seen music in a game that good since Nier, I'd say. Yeah. I don't know, just every track, it was just all fucking good. The music it might have been the best part of the fucking game, to be honest. It was amazing. What an amazing soundtrack. I've got some of it on Spotify. Amazing soundtrack. Holy fucking shit. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the game. I'd say 10 out of 10. Even though I complained a little bit about the story at the end there, I still think it was overall just really well done, really well executed. It's more of my own personal disagreements with like the concept rather than the implementation. I think the implementation was basically perfect in basically every way. So yeah, that's my opinion on Clear Obscure. Just a great fucking game. A great fucking game. Weird one. If Bernhardt killed EMC, just be wait, that's the silent question. Yeah. Hey, Felipe, how's it going? All right. We got a question. Dude, I fucking called it. It was so obvious he was going to die. Yeah, Gustav, yeah, it was pretty obvious. Beside the fourth, there's no other confirmed female. Though my headcanon can used to be that the eighth was a female. Well, they're not really male and female, to be honest. They're more of an it than a he or a she. So even the fourth isn't really female. It kind of presents itself that way and is interpreted by living humans who operate in that context as female, because it has some traits that might be like aligned with it. And that could be applied to a few other apostles as well, but none of them are really male or female. Subject: a humble request for your attention, Sir Widward, dear Sir Widward. I hope this message finds you well and in good spirits. With the utmost respect and sincere heart, I, Voxel 3, kindly implore you to momentarily set aside the alluring world of anime and focus your noble efforts on development of your game. As a devoted supporter and enthusiast of your work, I find myself yearning desperately for new content. Yeah, it'll come eventually, I'm sure. It'll come out. That said, anime, I don't know if I've been watching a whole lot of anime. I usually just watch it when I eat. Yeah. The latest update have brought joy, excitement, and inspiration, and yet I am left in suspense, longing for more. The current state of anticipation is almost unbearable. Please, I beg of you, let the pixels wait and let the code flow. The community, nay, the world is in need of your genius. Your game has so much potential, and only you can bring it to life in the fullest glory. We await the next chapter with great eagerness and hope. Well, thanks, Roxel. I appreciate you saying that. It'll happen when it happens, you know. Just for this, no update until next year. True. Wait for fucking 6 months. I don't know how long it's going to take. It'll be out in a reasonable amount of time, I think. He works hard enough already. Push him any harder and he'll die. I don't know about that. I'll probably get sick again. Last time I was sick for like 2 months. Jesus Christ. Because I didn't take like I probably should have taken like a proper break. Like just taking a few days off to like rest and recover. Instead of working through it. Because I think I kind of like delayed my sickness, like made it like last longer than it needed to. I think that's kind of I think that happened. So next time I'm sick, I'll probably just take a few days off, just rest. But yeah, for now, I'm in good health, I think. So should be fine. Good morning. Today I'm late. It's all good, podcast. We're about to finish, but it's all good. Does the power of memory allow MC to avoid dead ends by remembering them somehow? Maybe. Stream is ending in 3 minutes long. True. It's fine. Got hungover from yesterday, so today I just slept. Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. 50k for a law drop. Got 43k. Oh, I know. I just said that the only female one that's addressed as such. Yeah, that's fair. And it is the only one. Because it probably has the most traits that are associated with being female of the apostles. But yeah. Woodward, are you good at doing voices? If so, do your best voice. Nah, my voice is fucked right now, mate. I've been talking for 3.5 hours. My voice feels absolutely fucked. But as for your question, am I good at doing voices? Not really. You'd have to name a voice, and then maybe I can do it. But I'm not. It's not something I practice or do with any regularity. All the others are just it's all male. True. But yeah, like I said, it's only through the perspective or the lens of humans, like talking to them or observing them. It's not what they really are. We will do a trick. I can't do any tricks, mate. Crack my knuckles. There you go. Anyway, that's it. I'm fucking tired. I'm fucking hungry. So thanks for joining, guys. Hope you enjoyed the tier list. I'll leave the VOD up on YouTube. Well, I leave them all up, but I'm not going to unlist this one. So you can give that one a watch through if you missed it. See what my reasonings for ranking this or that were. And yeah, thanks guys. I'll see you next time.